Hello, Internet, and welcome to Hearts of Stone. We're here to play some Blades in the Dark, and we're super excited to have you here with us. Before we get going, because we got a humdinger of an episode here for you today, I'm sure. Let's talk about what we got going on the channel. Obviously, been off for a bit. Next stream after this one will be on Tuesday. Our new game time for Crater's Edge. We're playing another Blades hack called A Fistful of Darkness. Join us for that on the same time, 8 o'clock Eastern. Just we're moving from Mondays to Tuesdays because of schedule stuff. So but other than that, it's just this game and that one, both of which I run. That's it, unless I'm missing something else. So I'm gonna go ahead. We'll since we're starting late and we have a shorter episode today, turn things over to my lovely players here to talk about who they are, what they do on and off the channel, who they are playing tonight, starting with Van.
That is me. What's up, bitches and bros and non-binary hoes? I'm Van. You can find me on the internet at Van But Wilder, wherever you find people on the internet. I've been posting a little on Instagram lately, so you can follow me there, I guess. I got a haircut. I'll post a picture of it. Say I shaved the side of my head. That's what's going on with me. Back to you, Bob. Tonight, I will be playing Glass, who is the Whisper.
And I believe that's me. Hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the internet at Greek Sid if you'd like. Not much to see. Say hi in Discord mainly. But yeah, I am here now on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And yeah, we just finished a great series over on twitch.tv/High Shelf Collective. Both RJ and I died magnificently. It was great. And we saved a sad boy. It was good. It was a good time. So yeah, you could probably check out the VODs over there. But yes, really great time. We love you, Doc. But this evening, I will be playing Salome, who is the group's spider.
Hello, everybody. It's me, your boy RJ. You can get me RJ282 on all of my socials, where I normally do stuff. As Sid said, we just wrapped up our game of Heart the City Beneath, where I got to Persona 3 myself, and for those of you in the know, that is a sad reference.
RJ became a door for eternity.
Yeah.
I became a crystallized city with bees.
You became
Great.
a consciousness.
I became a consciousness in a crystallized city. It was great.
I love that for you.
It was awesome. Yeah.
That's the goals.
Other than being here on Saturdays, I am actually free until the start of September. Yeah, so this will be my little home for a bit. Today, I'm playing Fume, who is the Hull, who is currently a little Roomba who is floating around.
I forgot you
Howdy,
were an
y'all.
orb.
I did not.
I forgot you were an orb.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Danae Keener of DanaeKeener.com. That is who I am and where you can find me. Today, I'm playing as Grackle, who is our vampire and was once a ghost and was once a hound.
Had a lot
Taking
of
it home.
characters.
Yes. I haven't gotten it in a while. Yes.
That just leaves me. Hi, everybody. I'm Val. You can find me in the Kraken's Ground, lurking around the internet, mostly just here, running the games already mentioned. Also, tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern time, I had to double check. I will be playing in a Duster game over on Hack Recklessly. We'll be doing some cowboy shit for the next couple of weeks. So come join us for that. I'm been playing a slinger. I've been playing I think I mentioned this to my crew. I'm playing Backfire, the NPC, the shitty NPC that we haven't met yet on Mondays or on Tuesdays now. That's going to be a lot of fun. Are you all ready to get started though? Okay. Previously on Hearts of Stone, Grackle had a meeting with Panzea, where she tried to convince them to turn against the Baron, but was rudely interrupted when Vaughn, the first officer of the Cernunnos, barged in and arrested Panzea and Grackle for her crimes against the city of Duskfall, and Panzea for bringing a wanted fugitive aboard the ship knowingly. There was a lot of skulking around trying to find what was going on with Vond. Fume revealed Emilian as a stowaway and scuttled around the ship as in drone form while Emilian piloted Fume's main body. Salome and Glass, after their digging, stirred up a mutiny against Vond, getting the entire ship to turn against him and begin to call for Panzea to be released, which led to a lot of tension between members of the crew. During this chaos, the bosun, Reka Moss, revealed she was the one working for the Baron, and you had also learned that she was the one that passed this information of Grackle's presence on the ship along to the first officer, and she proceeded to shoot Panzea, mortally wounding him, but was immediately murdered by Grackle in a vampiric rage shortly after. And in the midst of the mutiny and attempting to save Panzea from the brink of death, alarms sounded, signaling the approach of a Leviathan. And that is where we are picking up here today. I believe our kind of placement aboard the Cernunnos right now is Fume scurrying around in the air vents, Glass and Salome somewhere on deck, in the midst of all this mutiny after stirring all this shit up. And Grackle, you are currently in the brig, making your way back to the deck, carrying Panzea's body. And between all of you are dozens of angry and some armed crew members trying to both keep the peace and take control of the ship respectively as this alarm sounds. I'm gonna actually change to some different music here. We're gonna get into some like kind of piratey fare. The alarms, these like klaxon brr, 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 go off over the entire ship. All of you hear them simultaneously. There is a lot of panic. You can see probably about 25% or so of the crew of the Cernunnos immediately running to their stations, some heading down to engineering, some heading to weapons, some of the like lower ranking officers attempting to regain control of the ship, shouting orders to others. But the mutiny is still very much happening. There's a lot of tension, people still fighting. There are a couple like brawls that are breaking out, a couple of like gunshots going off. The bosun's crew, the few armed crew members, specifically here as security and to keep the peace aboard the ship, being the ones that carrying weapons, find themselves in a very kind of on the defense, on the back foot, trying to gain control of the crew. So you're hearing it, shouting, chaos, yelling all over the place. The crew is a mess right now. There are announcements and like over the speakers you hear the first officer, now captain of the ship, yelling orders, trying to rally everyone to their stations for the approaching creature. Salome and Glass, probably the only ones that can see this right now if the two of you are near or on the deck of the ship. On the deck you see dark sky folding into dark waters beyond, the barrier around the ship, that protects all of you from the ghost field and everything of the malevolent forces in the natural world.
And there was a huge thunder crash outside as the storm is rolling in, so that was kind of cool. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I wish the stream could have gotten that too. I can control the weather, coincidentally. As you are looking out and kind of like you hear these sirens going, the barrier around the ship, that electroplasmic field, a much more contained version of what protects Dustfall, kind of providing a filter as you're looking out towards the water, and you see in the distance, you can kind of make out the like a break between the actual sky and the water itself. Just kind of the color is very similar, but just in the like the whirling kind of reflections and stuff of the dark waters, you see a shape, and then just like you can see what looks like the ship moving towards what you would imagine to be an island at first, as it begins to grow, but you realize like that from the direction it's coming from, this island is moving towards the Cernunnos right now, and it is growing larger and larger as this enormous dark shape. You can't make out any features other than just like a different texture than the water in the sky is steadily building and kind of growing out next to the ship as it is getting closer. Probably spanning the ship itself is probably close to like 3 football fields long, like 300 feet or so, or no, 300 yards, not feet, 300 yards from end to end. This thing looks like it is probably 2 to 3 times, from what you're seeing, like 2 to 3 times bigger than the ship itself, just what you're seeing above the water, but completely silent as it's just pushing and kind of gliding towards the ship. And you begin to see some other reflections of like other things beginning to kind of move and whirl around it. So some of the crew is moving to their battle stations and moving to the harpoons and the cannons and the rail guns that line the side of the ship, but most of them are unmanned at this point, just with the chaos. So I'm gonna kind of just set things up right now. Y'all can do whatever you want. I'm gonna ask what y'all are doing right now, but I have a lot of clocks right now that I've put on the board. I don't know if
So
people at
many
home
clocks.
can see those right now. So there are clocks right now for the control. So kind of most important to you right now is probably the control of the crew. That clock is obviously empty because the crew is completely not under any sort of control or command, unified command at this point. The crew of the Cernunnos, the Leviathan Hunters, are a tier 5 faction with an expertise in hunting Leviathans, but they will not be able to take any cohesive actions or do anything until they are, whatever, this mutiny is quelled. So it's a very powerful force, a factor on your side, to take actions and do things the same way that like your cohorts can, which you do have your cohort of rooks on the ship too for anything that y'all want to do. So they will be able to do a lot, but they can't do anything right now until that clock is filled. The crew also has their own health. Depending on situations and kind of how everything unfolds, they may begin to take casualties, and lose their numbers. If the crew falls to half health, they will receive a penalty on all of their rolls. So they will be subtracting a die for any roll they make. If they are fully, if that is fully filled up, they are out of commission, and you will not have. Not saying everyone on the crew is dead, but there are not enough people to man the ship anymore in a
Would crew
effective way.
health only begin to be affected once the barrier of the ship is taken out?
Not necessarily, because they're fighting themselves currently.
Got it.
So you're dealing with the threat of the Leviathan and dealing with the threat of them fucking beating
Killing
the
each
shit
other.
out of it, killing each
Got
other.
it, got it, got it, got it.
So, but yes, also there's a 2 clocks for the ships. There's the ship's barrier, the electroplasmic barrier, and the ship's hull. If the barrier goes down, that is the point where people on the ship will begin to be affected by the ghost field, and by the aura that the Leviathan, you've been told, kind of like emanates as well. If that barrier goes down, everyone on the ship, including y'all, are rolling -1 die, just from that effect. And then there are additional harm effects that can come into play based on that. So it's not good news if that goes down. And then you have the ship's hull for the damage the ship itself is taking. That one's pretty self-explanatory. If that fills up, ship sinks, and y'all don't have ship anymore, which would probably be instant death for everyone here. Maybe not Fume. Fume maybe live for a few centuries in the bottom of the ocean.
If there's a bottom.
If there's a bottom. So that is the ship. crew, and then there's a clock for y'all helped me remember this. I made a pansy a death clock because he's very badly hurt. That may be instantly fixed though. We'll see kind of what y'all do. But he needs medical attention and he will continue to take harm. And then there's the Leviathan, essentially health bar, which is two 12-segment clocks.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
Leviathans are very hard to
Got a
actually-
second health bar.
He's got a second health bar. He has a second stage. I'm not
He
going to tell
does.
you what happens when he gets to the
This
second
is a
stage.
two-stage boss
We'll
fight.
get there. But you get the health bar that pops up, and you can see that second bar underneath, and you know, like, okay, that's
Coming.
Really quick.
Yeah.
Can we see the Leviathan's level, or is there a skull?
There's a skull.
Fuck!
I
There
think it
is.
doesn't
screwed.
matter how high of a tier we are. I think that one's just always gonna be a skull.
Yeah. But again, this thing is that we're not playing D&D. You plucky 4 people can't go jump off the side of the ship and
No.
fist fight this Leviathan.
No.
It will not go well for you.
That's okay.
This
We don't
is a
want to.
This
We don't-
is a
we don't wanna do
coordinated
that.
effort.
No.
This is a coordinated effort to either attack this thing weak enough that you can get away. In an ideal world, maybe kill it, but I think ultimate goal would just be able to make it not a threat to you
Survive.
anymore. Survive would be, yeah. So
Halo Reach new
It's,
objective: survive.
Sort of the name of the game in Blades, I think. It's not.
I
It's not
think-
about winning. It's about thinking it through.
Yep.
how you affect these clocks is obviously up to you. There's not one way that I have in mind for like gaining control of the crew or anything like that. Like you can also use your cohorts to accomplish things. If you can gain control of the crew, you can use them to help do things like fix the ship and make repairs to the ship to keep it from sinking if you need to. Also making attacks and dealing harm to the Leviathan. So all of that stuff is fair game, very open-ended for all of you. Obviously within reason. So yeah, all of that scene setting done. What are we doing?
Taking control of the crew.
It's all
I
you,
hit
Fallon.
start to pause the game, and then I go into challenges, and I turn on unbearable difficulty, where it spawns all bears instead of leviathans.
Okay, I'm gonna start a
All
clock for
bears.
bears.
Oops, all bears. Above table. Van, you and Glass and Salome want to kind of tag team, get in control of the crew here.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best use of our time
Okay, cool.
as the face and second.
Yeah. You said there was an intercom.
Yes,
that-
the on the bridge, like the commanders at the bridge, meaning like the captain and the officers up there. There's a system to which they can broadcast like a message over the ship.
And where is that in conjunction to, or in the general area of where Glass and I are among the crew?
Yeah, so again, we'll loosely deal with like distances and placements and
Yeah.
things like that. Y'all are in the thick of the like mutiny and everything happening on the deck of the ship around that area on like the first like probably like 2 levels of the ship.
Mhm.
You know how to get to the bridge from here. Essentially there's like again thinking like modern battleships with like the raised section that's like a higher platform near the back of the ship is up there. So it's a fair distance away, and you got a lot of angry people between you and there.
But a million's with me.
Yeah, I think Emilian's with you.
Going to turn to a million. Get me up there.
Yes.
Throw
How?
me.
Throw you. I don't think I
Throw
can.
me
Going
now.
to have to toss her.
Toss the dwarf.
Oh, is that something that
Do it,
Fume's
Emilian.
done?
Now.
Okay, I'm not as familiar with this body. Emilian will try to throw you.
God,
Ah!
throws her too hard. Salome just ends up a smear on the wall.
Salve
Yes.
like a mosquito and a bug zapper hits the barrier.
The barrier.
Is wait, where'd it go?
Incredible.
Is Emilian a cohort?
Not Not officially, no. I don't think we've made
I was just looking at the
Emilian-
new move that we took because it's probably gonna come up.
Yeah.
We took Blood Brothers, which is when you fight alongside your cohorts. They get +1 die for teamwork roles, setup, and group actions. That's also the one that made them all thugs.
Yes.
But they're
Yeah,
better
yeah.
at teamwork now.
How do we
that for us.
resolve Emilian's abilities here?
Well, he's in Fume's body.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think essentially the way it is going to be is Fume. What would you be rolling? For let's see.
To toss the dwarf.
It would probably be Tinker. Nah.
This is a wreck.
I don't know if it classifies as
Maybe like a
let's see.
hunt.
It's just throwing your adopted
If I-
mom as hard as you can.
If we
Yeah.
think of Salome as a spear.
I mean, okay, let's think of it this way: is so wreck a place, item, or obstacle with savage force or carefully applied sabotage, breach defenses with force, create distractions and chaos. So, I guess it makes sense for like is using force to try to overcome an obstacle, a defense, meaning
The
all these people-
obstacle being Salome here. Salome need
Yeah,
to
and
be
it's-
there.
Yeah,
It's not necessarily a
obstacle.
nuanced like solution
No,
either.
it's
like,
just a
Yeah.
fastball
This is-
special.
this
Yeah,
is very
basically.
unga bunga.
Yes,
yeah, I think
exactly.
that's fair. So I would say we can use whatever you would have in rec, but with minus a die, because I think Emilian does not get the full capability. Is not familiar enough with this body to understand its like full capabilities.
And
That's not
Emilian
fair.
doesn't strike me as a sports boy.
No, Emilian was an inside kid, and then Emilian was dead. And
You're telling me he didn't learn how to play football in heaven?
yeah. There was no
Everybody
angels
plays
in the
football in
outfield.
heaven.
Yeah.
So let's do that. I'll let you roll Fume for that.
Come on, buddy.
So what are you normally rolling in rec?
It's 4 dice, sorry.
Okay, so we'll subtract one, so it'll be 3 dice. And obviously everything still applies, so y'all can push yourselves and do things if you want to. Tell me you can assist if you want.
Bad right now.
If- If I were to push myself, does Emilian take the stress damage or does Fume?
Because Emilian, this is
Because
such
when
a
I come
weird
back into the
situation.
body, then I'll
Yeah,
feel
I'm going to apply it to you. You
that's
are
fair.
sharing a stress pool with Emilian.
Brother!
Uh-oh. God, family's so rough, huh?
I've heard of familiar trauma, but this is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous. The back of your
Okay.
head is ridiculous.
So let's roll
Where did that come from?
d6, standard risky.
I'm gonna say this feels pretty desperate.
Saying it standard risky is like it's like saying the adjectives and the nouns out of order in a sentence. Like something about it made my brain want to vomit.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you desperate, and I will give standard just on the context here. Again, Salome is not going to neatly land in
No.
the
No,
like
no expectation of that whatsoever.
You better tuck and roll.
Yes.
I think in this situation,
RJ's making a face.
Yeah.
I think in
know.
this situation, succeeding with a critical might be a little too much.
Uh-oh!
Shut up, really?
Too strong.
Shut
Too
up, really?
strong.
Too strong.
No, he does it perfectly.
Or
Alley oops me over the barrier.
Well,
You
that's
kidding
it. He wasn't playing football. He learned how to play
It's
basketball.
not about
Yes.
yeah, it's not about like how fast he's throwing
Yep.
you. A higher
Yep.
number doesn't mean faster. It means better
It's-
outcome, guys.
So-
I would say
remember what
in
I
one.
said?
I would say in a speed context, bigger number does mean.
So ignore what I said about him perfectly throwing you.
No, he did it.
Okay, I think let's see. Emilian essentially like isn't sure, like I think very tentatively like grabs you by the waist and it's like realize how easy you are to pick up. It's like, oh, Oh, all right, and just throw you.
Yes, right up there.
Up there. Oh, all right then. And just like rears back, you just see that like you get the G forces of him like going back really quick, and then whoosh, hurling you straight up into the air.
I want the outtake where he's trying to throw her backwards, but doesn't let go, instead suplexing her into the ground.
That if it had been a one, that's what.
Salve snaps her neck.
You feel like the one. God, this is so Looney Tunes. You feel the G forces. You yourself like you almost black out from from being thrown.
No, she's like clenching her jaw and doing the whole like swallowing thing that jet fighter guys do.
9Gs instantaneously.
I think you fully like lose about like a second of time in that, and just feel
Salome teleported.
Having no idea how it happened or the trajectory you took, your feet gracefully land on the catwalk next to the command, like the pathway that leads to the command station of the bridge. Just like you're expecting an impact, you're bracing yourself for all that. You just land gently up there, and you look down. You see Emilian just like staring at his hands and looking up at you. Like
I just point at him and I give him a thumbs up.
give him
And
a
then I
everyone
run
else
down
in the
to come.
vicinity has completely stopped and witnessed whatever just happened that perfectly allowed you to land up there unharmed, and have no context or explanation for why and how that could have
Emilian,
transpired.
I have never been prouder of you.
This is too much power for one person.
Oh no, we're starting a sports league. Please survive.
Just
You're
follow
going
it.
to make us so much money.
Oh man! All right.
How old are you again?
How old did we say? How old am I?
Chronologically, he's like probably in his 60s. Like in his brain, he's 12.
12.
Okay. Yeah.
Great. Little league.
He's been back for over a year, so he hit 13.
He's 13.
Oh, he's a teenager now.
He's an adult.
Yeah.
Oh.
Industrial.
Yeah. He's graduated from having to work in the mines.
Mister, I'm gonna sell you a paper.
But he's in this. He's like Alphonse Elric. This huge robot body.
That is what. Yeah.
Papers.
This is.
That was the
Get your papers.
Okay. All right. That happened.
So that happened.
That happened. Yeah.
That was
I
incredible.
just run towards.
You're going into the bridge. Okay.
I'm going into the bridge and I'm grabbing that fucking intercom, the microphone from those folks.
Got it. We're gonna. I do want to cut before we get too far. So
Yeah.
Glass, you're down there with Emilian. Where were you going off to?
Well, I got really invested in the Emilian thing and didn't decide.
That's fine. I can cut to Grackle and see.
Get me up high. I want to be up high where I can see everything. Can I climb the mast?
Yeah. So there is like
Is
there
a
are
mast on this
several.
boat?
There aren't any masts 'cause it's not a sailboat, but
I
there
guess that's
are
true.
like watchtowers, like interspaced, like every like 20-30 yards or so, kind of along the deck of the ship, for like spotters, with these big like searchlights and stuff. Some of them are manned and are like being to point towards like where the Leviathan is approaching from. Most of them are empty.
I'm gonna go up in one of the empty ones so I can get the lay of the land.
Okay.
I will climb the ladder. I will not take the risk
Yeah, that's
of
fair.
having Emilian throw me.
Amelia like turns to you and you'll just no.
Right, thank you.
It's all right. All right, that's fair. I'm going to see if I can help anywhere else. Yeah, you can climb. No roll needed. You
Yay, I
can
climb a ladder.
Okay. What are you doing up here?
I'm just... I gotta get a sense of what is going on here, of what's going on with the crew. So I have like a top-down view now. Like how much chaos is this?
Okay, sure. Probably.
How evenly
is-
are they split? Like, is it most of the crew on one
Yeah.
side?
This is probably a survey.
Okay.
Because the description for survey being study a location or situation to understand what's going on.
Okay.
I
I will do
gather
this.
information about opportunities or exploits. I think that's right
We-
there.
Risky.
And we can call this
scammer.
like a setup action for other things like, Salome or something else.
Yes, I would love that.
Um, Got it. Yeah, we'll go with risky standard. I don't think you're in any immediate danger doing this.
Well,
I mean,
am,
everyone's
but
in immediate danger, but yeah.
not for doing what I'm doing. All right, let's see what we got here. That's a 6.
6. All right. So you are trying to get a layout of like how bad is everything? You're focusing on the crew.
Yeah, is the crew split? I mean, because I know what the thing is in the water. Sorry, buddy, you gotta get down. It's just a cat appeared in the camera. I want to see. So we've started this mutiny. Is it like most of the crew on one side? Are they like split down the middle, or is it like most
don't think
everybody
it's-
against the bosun's crew? Like,
Yeah, I mean, there's no like unified like split. I don't think. It's very chaotic, but you do notice a couple of like key points of interest and like kind of what's going on. So it looks like basically probably like a third of the crew is fighting another third of the crew, and then the holdouts from that are kind of trying to either intervene and stop the fighting from happening, and or they are trying to deal with the encroaching threat that is happening right now. So it basically like there's no really like unification there. The biggest issues right now are the armed deck crew are trying to protect like the officers and key like strategic positions on the ship. So these are the ones that have weapons, have guns that are like meant to keep the crew under control. They are essentially trying to regain control over the crew that are like rioting right now, that are mutinying. At the same time, they're trying to allow people that they're trying to get to the battle stations. They're like, you have people that are fighting to like get into engineering or get up to the bridge, and they can't tell who's doing that because they're trying to fuck with shit right now because they're been stirred into this mutiny, and who's actually trying to like do their job currently. So everything's just like works are getting gummed up, but you see there is the like most unified faction of the people that were stirred up by the words about this mutiny and the stuff that happened with that you spread amongst the crew with about what Vaughn did, and everything with Panzea, are trying to get to 2 places right now. Most of them are trying to push up to the bridge, which is what Salome just got to bypass by like getting thrown up there. Is that like you've got the people that are still trying to maintain some sort of semblance of order here, keeping these people from storming the bridge and killing or arresting or whatever the officers up there. And then a smaller contingent are trying to go down like towards the brig, like where Panzea and Grackle were being held. So that's the most like unified like threats right now. Everyone out like, and then there are plenty of people just scattered around that are like in fist fights and shit and just yelling at each other and causing general chaos.
okay. Oh, I need to get that information to Salome.
Okay.
Would that successful roll maybe do anything for the crew control clock?
No, I think this is a good setup action
Oh,
that
okay.
would help Salome with hers. As far as like Glass getting that information or relaying
Glass,
this
you
somehow.
got the
to-
stress to just send that out to everybody?
I think I'm gonna have to. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it 2 for the telepathy?
Just 1.
Just
I think it's just one, yeah.
Just. Okay. Yeah, I'll be all right. So yeah, I'm gonna blast that out to our network here. What I'm seeing, the split into thirds, and that our best bet is probably to appeal to both the people who want Panzea back and the people who are trying to settle everyone down, because I think we can get them on the same side.
Okay.
And that we got to get them to deal with this conflict later. But yeah, so everybody's got like the lay of what's going on.
Got it. Yeah, so that'll be a setup action for I'm guessing for Salome to try to take to regain some control over the crew.
And then if I can, I'll turn that big spotlight since I'm up here.
Okay, like towards where the Leviathan is approaching from, like helping out with the other spotters.
Unless Salome, would you like some dramatic lighting?
I don't know if it would reach me on the bridge, would it? Nah. Help out.
All right.
Help out the crew.
I won't just do it for the drama this time. Shine it on thing.
First time for everything.
And the last, let me tell you.
Okay. So for the setup, that will either give you a +1 effect level or improved position for your roll. So that's that. Before we get into Salome, Fume, what are you doing?
Welp, I'm aware that there's a Leviathan coming, right?
Uh-huh.
Can Fume make his way to one of the guns?
Okay.
I'm going to use a new hull trait.
Okay. You have an option. You have options when it comes to guns. There are harpoon guns, like these big harpoon cannons, pretty much, that are shoot harpoons, obviously. And then there are like these like massive, almost like rail guns or Gatling guns. That are used for hurting and injuring and killing the Leviathan.
The louder of the two options is probably the Gatling gun, correct?
Yes.
Cool. Just to get everybody's focus to like defend the ship, Fume is going to use his new hull trait, Interface.
Okay.
You may attune to the local electroplasmatic power field to control it or something connected to it, including other hulls.
Okay.
And so what I'm gonna do is try and control all of the guns and aim it directly at the Leviathan and just start unloading.
Okay. Got it. Is this something you have to push yourself for, or?
It is something I need to roll a tune for.
Got it. Okay. So if you successfully attune, then you're able to gain control of everything and then use them all as like an attack.
Basically, yeah.
Awesome. Yes. Since you're dealing with the approaching Leviathan threat, we'll call this. Let's say risky. We'll just go with risky standard.
Okay, it's a pretty desperate situation. Well,
It is
close though, right?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not
like
the only chance you'll get.
Yes, that was the thing. It's like this is not your one and only chance to do this.
I got a 5.
5. Okay. Does the move say anything about like what happened?
No, I just take control of anything like things inside the electroplasmatic field.
Got it. So I'm gonna say with a mixed success on a 5.
Some of them.
Okay, I think the consequence here is which you can't again remember because we always forget this. You can resist any consequences if you want to. I think the consequence for this will be probably like you're either I'll give you the option of like either you don't gain control of like all the weapons, just like maybe like a couple instead, or you can push yourself harder and take like a level 1 harm to show like you're over exerting yourself a little bit. And again, for either one of those, if you want to resist, then
I can only tag my wares on a failure, or can I tag them here?
to like give yourself the XP.
Yeah.
No, you can do that whenever. I mean, the tagging, the rule that we have for like tagging your trauma, or in your case, where, is that essentially you're agreeing to fail the roll, in exchange for like you're suffering additional consequences. Because of it.
Okay.
So not necessarily a failure, but like I would impose further consequences.
Could I say then on the mixed success, I can't control all of the guns for long?
Okay. So I would say if you want to do that and tag your wear, that's fine, but you're still going to be suffering one of the two consequences I
Okay.
outlined.
Yeah.
So limited time on top of the fact of either taking a harm or suffer or not getting all the weapons, which means you're not
Yeah.
going to do as much damage to them.
I'll take the level 1 harm for now. I'll say short circuited.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, that's
It's a
kinda like-
massive ship.
yeah, it's a massive ship. And there's like a bank of probably like 20 some odd
Guns
like
and stuff, munitions.
harpoons and rifle and cannons and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot. You get maybe like a quarter of them in this case. Excellent. So you're successful in being able to do that. Suddenly, like a section, like a bank of these weapons, like, but how does it look when Fume does this?
In the camera view, the orb floats behind something, and then you hear the of a shift, and there is a like cat-sized metallic scorpion that clambers around the corner. There is a wire that just comes out of the like carapace and injects itself into whatever Gatling gun is, and then there's a blue flash as the ship kind of glows slightly under Fume's influence. And then you just hear the of the guns all aiming towards Leviathan.
Just as they begin to like stir to life. Any of the crew in the area like freaks out as they see the weapons suddenly beginning to like arm and aim themselves. So you can do that, and if you want to go ahead and make as part of the same action here, go ahead and attack. So there are a couple things I would allow here as far as attacking at this point. You are attacking at range right now, so like a hunt roll would apply. I also could argue for skirmish, but
man, if there was a perk that let me use wreck for attack rolls on like biological creatures, that'd be great. Yeah. I'll go for hunt though.
Okay. Yeah, and this is if your goal is to like harm the Leviathan. If you can use wreck if you're trying to create a distraction or something. Wreck applies in that case, just so you know.
Oh man, if this thing starts to bleed, it's gonna summon a bunch of others.
Also true.
Here we go. Oh, could I use wreck then to basically fire a strafing pattern to just divert its attention away from the ship?
Yeah, you to buy some time. Right. Absolutely. I think that's a perfect use of wreck. You're essentially like lighting up the
path ahead of it to make it like, swerve away.
Yeah.
Hey, 6.
Okay. Oh, I didn't set the position effect. But I was going to say position because again, still in a risky position, and then because you have other chances to utilize this stuff, and then I was going to put it because you didn't get all the weapons, limited effect. So you rolled a 6 though.
Yeah. It was a 6-1-1.
Ouch. But still a 6. So I think you succeed in this. Like the series of cannons, these Gatling guns just like light up. You see the waters cascading, hitting the sides of the barrier where it's like sparking and electricity flying from the spray hitting it. The water explodes in a about like a 50-60 yard line off to the like the starboard side of the ship. You watch as it hits with the spray and kind of the ocean like changing, and you're able to make out more of this form as like the ripples and the waves kind of break around the blast here. The Leviathan as it is approaching, you realize like this enormous form of it is not like, you're not seeing like a single like cohesive body. This isn't like the top of like a whale or something like pushing towards you. You see like writhing like snakes, these like forms, not even like tentacles, they're all like woven together. This body that's comprised of like hundreds upon hundreds of these like coils of this like mesh of appendages and like cords as they're like writhing. You watch the whole body kind of like retreat backwards from the blast, just like you don't hear any noise, but you feel this like intense pressure almost of this thing moving. And I think with the flash of the light, there's just like the explosions of the electroplasmic like ammunition hitting and sparking through the water. It's like, the images you see, like the explosions like underwater where you can see like the larger dark shape underneath. You see the top of this that is breaching the water like 100, 200 yards across.
Jesus.
You see, and like it tapers outwards under the water to this immeasurable form under, like an iceberg, essentially.
Fucking living iceberg.
Yes. And you see ends of these like and beginning to breach the water, these like tendrils from the Leviathan like reaching up from the ocean below that recoil backwards from the blast as it sort of begins to morph and like avoid this area of the ocean, taking a longer path but still making its way towards the ship.
One more thing. Is there a communications thing inside of the gunner nest?
Interesting, like a comm system
That would link back to the bridge or other gunner nests to alert people like, hey, there's like bogeys off the port.
I would say not every nest does, but you took control of like this whole bank here. There's got to be some sort of like comms.
With my influence using interface, can I bark an order through all of the speakers?
Like the gunner, like these gunner stations,
like the gunner stations.
Yeah, I love that.
Fume tunes into the communications array and just says, "Come on, motherfuckers, we're not hourly."
Okay. All right. Are you wanting to affect the
just rally people to get on the fucking guns?
Got it. I will allow you can do a command roll.
Okay.
And I'm gonna call it risky limited.
Gonna push myself to raise that to regular. Actually, no, I have to push myself to raise it to limited because I have a 1 injury that brings it down to no effect.
Yep.
Okay. Anybody want to help?
Help 1 or 2, I forget.
Help is one.
Help is 1. Yeah.
I'll help you.
I'm already at 7, buddy.
I am at 8.
Stress is kind of at a premium for most of you right now. Grackle's okay.
Now it is 7.
Yeah, only one of us can help at once. Let me do it.
We're at war. I haven't found time to rest.
All right, Grackle, go for it. If you've got spare stress,
Yeah,
go for it.
I'm using the stress. Go for it.
I'm gonna raise that to a regular effect. That's a 5.
A 5. Okay. So you got the assist and then you bumped it up, so it's regular effect with a 5, mixed success. Okay, so that'll be
3 guys get on a gun.
I think with I think that's gonna be 2 ticks on the crew control. All right.
Heck yeah.
About that, and you delay the Leviathan. Perfect. You begin to see some people in the proximity, like hear that, see the guns go off, immediately run towards some of the weapons, like trying to man them, trying to assist with fighting off the Leviathan. So let's go back to Salome since Wing stepped away. Salome, you're on the bridge. A bunch of people hear the guns going off, freak out about that. You got thrown up here. A bunch of people are watching to see whatever the fuck you're about to do. You get the message from Glass about like pointing out like here's the areas that I would focus on. You bust into the command bridge here, where you hear a lot of like frantic yelling, talking. Vaughn yelling orders, saying, "We need to get everyone to the stations immediately. What? Do they not understand? We're all going to die if we can't take control of the situation." And like turns around and sees you and says, "What are you doing here?"
Give me that intercom if you want to live. Now.
Which, by the way, did you disguise yourself as someone?
I am disguised. I look nothing like anyone.
Who do you look like right now?
I
Did you
think
disguise
she
yourself as? Oh no, you gave the thing to we gave the thing to
Oh,
Grackle.
no, I have a subterfuge.
You used your
kit,
own
So I
thing.
just yeah.
Okay,
So
you just
I
made
spent
yourself look a
I
little
spent a
different.
load for that. Yeah.
Okay, so he doesn't know who you are
No.
at all. So truly,
I guess I can just lift my wig a little bit.
that's up to you. You do know that he wants to arrest you.
I know.
Okay, I just want to make sure if you want to know who you are.
I'll roll a command on him if I need.
Yeah, no, you definitely can. So he like steps forward to like assuming you're a threat. Like I think he almost like reaches towards his sidearm at this point, like you know, assuming. That
I
you're
mean,
on
from the
bridge of ship.
Leviathan, not from me, you dullard.
What are you talking about? Who are you?
Let me speak to your crew. I will get it handled.
There's a chain of command here.
Which you have broken because you listened to your betrayer bosun. Now let me do this.
What? Go ahead and let you do command. I say this is pretty desperate. I'll give you the desperate here. You got one shot
Got
to
one shot at
do
this.
this peacefully.
Desperate standard?
Desperate standard.
Okay.
Yeah. You're not asking to take control of the ship. You're just asking to send out a message. Double sixes.
Yes,
Oh boy. Yeah, he just hands you the keys. No, it's your ship now. You say like something clicks when you say the boat. He says, "What happened with the bosun?"
She shot Pansia in the stomach. He's on his way to the infirmary right now. She was in league with the Lord Governor.
You see a lot of people looking very shocked, throwing things out right now, like accusations being made. Everyone on the bridge is stunned silence. You see Vaughn like freezes. Kier's kind of like turning his head and just says, "Can you get control of this?"
Yes.
Point gestures to the like intercom system. He says, "Then do it. We're all going to die."
Turn on the intercom.
Okay. Little like the screeching noise when you first turn on the intercom sounds. What does Salome say?
Whew. Officers and crew. You need to man your posts immediately. What happened with Captain Pansia was not First Officer Vaughn's fault. He was betrayed by your bosun, who has been in league with the Lord Governor this entire time. Man your posts or we all die.
Okay. So you've got the setup action from Glass.
Okay.
So I'm going to take this from what would be a standard effect because you're able to talk to the entire crew with this. I'm going to bump that to a great effect. And we will, yeah, and we'll say risky. Well, no, yeah, I'll start with risky. You
Risky,
succeeded very well with the last one, so you would have another chance if this did not go well.
Okay.
Did you roll a crit again? Y'all gotta stop doing. Y'all gotta stop. I insist.
Never.
This is what you
Fucking
get for making
never.
Pansia's clock so small. I warned you. I warned you.
Okay, so you
It was your die twice, fan, by the way.
you send out this message over the ship's intercoms. I think between that and Fume on the deck, there is a sudden like everyone pauses in that moment. There, I especially like the people that were on like under the bosun's command, the ship like security. They kind of freeze and they like look towards the intercoms, waiting to see if there's another message, if somebody like if the captain is then going to come over. Like there's this moment of like of stillness where everybody's waiting to see like, are we about to get like a belay that like, you know, that's wrong, who the fuck is this person, we don't know who's talking right now, but nothing comes. And then you hear the continued off to the side, the sound of the alarm, and at that same moment you also feel that same what Fume just felt, this it's like pressure over the ship, like the barrier around the ship protects everyone from the effects of the Leviathan, but almost functions like a screen, where anything dangerous stays outside, but you can still feel the effects of like what is pressing down on you right now. I think your words in combination with that imminent danger, the crew of the Cernunnos, the ones that are still conscious at this point, and haven't just fucked each other up, immediately rally to their stations and begin to hurriedly make their way to their posts. The crew is under control.
Yes.
So crew has been dealt with. Leviathan still approaching. You're not out of the woods, especially Panzea. Grackle.
Speaking of, all right. I did not last time call everybody to tell everybody about Panzea. That is what I was going to do.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and spend the stress for that,
Yes.
just to keep us honest. So I'm gonna spend an additional stress to use my new vampire ability.
And
Terrible
eat
power.
Panzea.
To eat Panzea. Take one
Twist.
stress to perform a feat of superhuman strength or speed. This factors into effect. So this seems to imply that I still need to make a roll. But it
Yes.
makes my effect better.
Yes,
So-
absolutely.
I spend a stress for that. Did anybody happen to see whether or not I hit the stress button for that second one?
You were at 4, and then you assisted, so you would have been at 5.
Assisted, so then yeah, okay, one more. All right. So yes, I'm going to run very quickly to the infirmary.
Got it. So you just want to get Panzea to the infirmary before he worsens. I will
With-
absolutely allow that. Tagging this, if you roll well enough, then he will not. I'm gonna do if basically the longer this is going to go on for, I was gonna make fortune rolls to see if he continues to worsen. So in this
Right,
case, we will say you, I think we'll do what would be finesse in this case. No. Prowl. Yeah.
Yes.
Prowl is climbing, swimming, running, jumping, tumbling, that kind of stuff.
Sounds good to me.
Um,
I am
so-
moving with superhuman speed.
Yes, I will say you're in a desperate situation,
Okay.
but you have great effect here.
Okay. I'm looking at my stress here, guys, and I'm not maxed out on Prowl. I'm looking at my stress. I'm debating whether or not this is worth pushing, or begging a
Double
begging a
I'll
resource
help you,
here.
darling.
Is it one of the free ones?
That's only in downtime.
Oh damn it! I forgot. Okay.
Got a
I'll
devil's
take the
bargain in your
help.
pocket?
I don't think things are that dire just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I talking about? I have that both. I have both. Yes, take a freebie. What the fuck am I doing? This is how long it takes. I can now give additional downtime actions and 2 per score. So yes, take the freebie.
Got it. We forget about the additional. We never read the
Yes.
second part of the ability.
Exactly.
All right. This is desperate, and the effect is going to be great.
Yes.
And you have an additional die.
And I have an additional dice. All right, send it. 5.
5. Okay. Mixed success, but great effect. I am going to say you are able to. You are going to be able to get in there, especially with the fact that the crew is now no longer like pressing. Like your biggest obstacle is going to be everyone at the top of the stairs leading down to the brig, like being in your way to get Pansy out. That is no longer a problem. It is just a matter of can you get there fast enough that they can begin to like treat him.
Yeah,
right
I
away.
literally run up the walls to get around crew.
I am going to make one fortune roll to see if he worsens for the time that's going to take you to get there. You get there extremely fast, but I'll say the chaos and people still trying to get to their stations does like you're like flash like skirting around people, but there are people that are still kind of in your way.
Of course.
To slow you down.
Hold it together, old man.
Okay, so he's not in danger of dying from this roll. It's just if it's a 1 through 3, he's going to worsen. If it's a 4 or 5, he stays the same. If it's a 6, I'm going to say he's stable. He stabilizes a little bit.
Oh boy.
So, all right, let's see. Fuck me, it's a 6. I can't kill anyone.
It's
Pansy,
not just us, Val. You're rolling 6s too.
everyone stop rolling so well, except the Leviathan when it rolls. It can roll at 36s at once. All right. The Pansy does a little bit better as you're running in there.
The tender embrace and warmth of his adoptive daughter.
Yeah. I think he like the bleeding.
Oh, right,
starts to
and you
slow a
look like
little
him now.
bit. You're Pansia's child carrying Pansia.
This, if
Help
this
my
doesn't,
dad!
if this doesn't inspire the crew, come on.
Yeah, everyone just gets a flash of Pansia's long lost daughter, who's no
There are gonna
one's
be
ever seen
shanties written
before,
about this.
running at super speed through the ship, wind like catching your hair behind you as you are carrying the dying body of Pansia in this very. I'm imagining the slow motion shot like the end of Gladiator, where you see like the ground moving underneath them. As you run to the medical bay, you bust in through the doors. The chief medical officer is currently there. They're probably tending to a few people right now, given the some people have definitely been injured in the chaos that over the last BC. Dr. Emerin Rook is currently like tending to a patient, like bandaging like splinting a broken arm. As you bust in the door, sees you and says, is that the captain? Here, immediately. Like throws someone off of the cot that they're sitting in. Says, "You're fine."
That's called a triage.
That's triage for you.
And throws the captain down. This is way funnier and less stressful than I thought it was going to be.
That's a little gallows humor among friends.
Yeah, it begins to tend to the captain. I think Pansy is very in and out. Consciousness isn't really saying much right now, but is in a safe spot. Is like out of immediate danger currently. So you have him there. I don't know if Grackle wants to stick around and help with this, or thinks her talents might be used elsewhere.
As things are now, her talents are probably best used elsewhere. Yeah, he seems to be in pretty good hands here. I'm gonna take 1 second to look the doctor in the eye and say, sorry, Please, you can't let him die. He's not just the captain. He's my father. I don't sell it. I go.
Completely deadpan.
I'm just gonna do a single die fortune roll to see if he believes you.
God, I hope he does.
That's a 2.
I look just like him.
So who the fuck are you?
I just like look at him for a second, like, you know, consider whether or not this is worth it. I have to like literally like hold myself back from like, motherfucker. So like, wait, hold on. He's the guy that's sewing up Pansy. Fine, I leave.
All right. So
I'm
you
raised
run off.
hands.
Okay. Fumes on the guns. Salome up on in the bridge. Glass is manning one of the spotting stations with the searchlight over the Leviathan. Grackle running back to the deck of the ship. As you are all in this moment, I think Fume and I mean, all of you see this. Fume, you are the closest to it. As you watch the Leviathan kind of like, again, pulls back out of the way. Like, you can see there is enough intelligence to this thing to avoid injury, to avoid being harmed. It has some sort of self-preservation. But you also see from deep in the blackness below, these tendrils begin to rise out of the ocean. Dozens of them along the sides of the ship. You watch as these, like, it's this oily, like, reflective black substance that the body seems to be formed of, like almost, I mean, it looks more like a liquid than it does a like solid form. And then you see along the skin, the flesh of it, these hundreds of mouths and eyes begin to open, just like with the squelching noise along the tendrils. The eyes of, like, I mean, again, not even uniform in any sort of way. Like, they're being formed, each one looking different than the other. Thousands of different eyes and different mouths, all forming along the body of this creature. And you watch as they kind of coil backwards, and then with this ear-piercing shriek, the mouths screech and the tendrils whip out towards the ship, impacting the barrier. I'm gonna go ahead and roll for the Leviathan. I am gonna give it one less die because of the distraction created by Fume. So instead of rolling with 6, it is going to be rolling with 5.
Yippee!
Could make a difference.
Double 6s.
It only gets a 5. So it impacts, hits the barrier. You watch as it hits, these tendrils are like disintegrate from the electroplasmic barrier, just like burn away on impact. You see this ripple from the barrier, like it probably cannot take too many impacts like that, but it does hold strong in that moment. So it is only going to take 2 ticks of damage from that hit from the Leviathan.
Only 2. It is out of 4.
It is out of 4. That is back to y'all and whatever you want to do. So, crew is under control. The threat is now entirely external.
Is there a
I
way
don't know.
to help fix the barrier? Like,
That's
can
what-
technicians?
I was gonna try to help work on
Can I turn
Absolutely.
myself into a bomb to
Because-
make the threat internal again?
No, the call is coming from inside the
no.
house. I was hoping I could lean on my attune because Glass has a very innate understanding of electroplasm and how these things work to be able to maybe like try to knit some of it back together.
Yes. Yeah, you absolutely can. If y'all want to focus on, like, yes, making repairs to the ship and the whole, if it starts
This
to
is
take damage,
just like Sea of Thieves,
yes, it will be,
running
it
around
will be
down below,
vitally important.
screaming and hammering planks into the wall.
Absolutely, you can definitely try to restabilize those to keep them up to avoid them coming down. So you can you just explain to me how you would like to do that.
Yes.
I'll
So
tell you your effect.
Glass has, as part of the items that they can have that don't count for load, vials of electroplasm. So I'd like to combine that with the innate abilities of Glass's magic stuff. Basically, I want to try to use Attune to manipulate the extra electroplasm to kind of like knit back together.
Got it. You definitely can. I'll let y'all know for a lot of this
No.
too. Like individually, y'all will have very like limited effect on pretty much anything you do against Leviathan, the ship. If you're working with people, utilizing your crew, getting other people, like doing things that other people can assist with, that will have greater effects. Now the crew is under control too. You can get their assistance to do things. What I will allow as part, like the crew the crew can assist on your rolls as well to increase the effect of them. So if like you want to snag off some of the crew and be like, hey, I'm working on the barriers, you group of people come with me to try to help me
Yeah.
with that. You absolutely can do
I'll
that
take a
too.
contingent.
Yes.
There's also, if any of the rooks are, I mean, there's got to be some of them that fuck with.
Yeah,
Fuck
you have
with
your
shit.
you have your rooks too. The only thing with like the crew as an entirety though is the more they are doing, the more spread out they are at any given time, the less effective they're going to be at doing things. So like,
Well, who on this boat, whose job is it to keep the barriers up? I'll take them with me because they're not going to be doing anything else.
absolutely. So you would have the let's see. I think it would be the chief engineer. Yeah, that would be a Trina Vex, who Fuma's working for.
Trina?
A Trina.
A
A
Trina.
Trina Vex, the chief engineer.
Right, I will grab her.
Okay. Yeah, you can head down to engineering to try to assist them,
go.
because that's where the arc core reactor is there too. That's like where the barrier is like powered from. So
Okay.
that,
So, yes, so I'm going to get her and swoop over her group. Some of them are probably already down there. But I'll get some of engineering, whoever works on the barriers, to help me so we can take like this extra electroplasm and kind of channel it into kind of re-up the
I think as you come down there and like you come in engineering, you completely probably ignored using like the safety apparatus and like the safety
Yeah.
equipment that they're wearing. And she turns to you.
I
and
can
is like,
phase through walls. I don't need that.
it's like, what do you do? You're not permitted to be down here. Engineering staff only. We're trying to get things under control.
You must be the head of engineering then. I pull out these bottles of electroplasm. The battery's about half down. We've got to power it back up.
And you think those vials are going to do anything?
Yes, I do. Would you like to stand here and argue?
What are your
Move.
qualifications? Who are you?
I shove past her.
You shove past her. I'm sorry. I'm in charge down here.
I don't give a shit. I'm ignoring her completely. She's gone. You, hold these. And for God's sake, keep your gloves on. I don't want to electrocute anyone.
Okay,
Let's
so
go.
you want to try to do this like supernaturally with like
Yeah.
a tune. Got it.
I do. I want to tap into the energy that's in the vials and essentially like knit a mesh back together.
Got it.
Fill in the holes.
All right. Go ahead. Let's do a tune roll, and we'll say risky standard effect.
What do I have? That's a 6.
6.
Yes.
All right. So you come up to the barrier, or to the arc, the reactor here, and
I'm in
Yeah.
Star Trek right now.
you throw the vials to the other two. These technicians grab them, not sure what to do. You see Atrina come behind you and says, "I don't know what you think you're doing here, but we are people of science.
I turn
and we are
around and I
trying
pop her right in the mouth.
God!" And she staggers backwards.
Shut up! I'm
Nose-
trying to keep your sorry ass alive.
As you reach out,
It's not a hard punch. I'm not very strong.
drawing electroplasm from the vials and almost using that as like a catalyst to draw more electroplasm like out of your surroundings as well, and manipulating it.
Speakers start crackling.
Everything like lights begin to flash, dials begin to spin, manipulating the energies and then feeding it into the reactor. Everyone up on the deck of the ship, you watch as like the flickering barrier suddenly just like glows back to life very brightly, almost brighter than before, as Glass, you like tap into it and begin to like feed it this energy, and everyone in there is just like shocked looking at this. Atrina's like, staunching the bleeding in her nose, and just takes a step back. She says, "My word, this flies in the face of everything. Fine, just keep doing that." And she heads back and begins to like pull dials, like throw levers. They open up the reactor so you can feed the energy in more directly, and begin to work with you here. Awesome. So
Sometimes
barrier
you just gotta slap a bitch.
barrier is back up to full.
Yay.
All right.
Let's do
So
this.
barrier, people on the deck of the ship, things to do there. We're at our break point though, so I think let's go ahead and take our break here, and then we'll come back and see what y'all want to do as far as dealing with the Leviathan. Because right now the board is pretty clean. Pansy is safe, crew's under control. Y'all don't have any damage. Leviathan also doesn't have any damage. So
Real quick, I was doing the math. If a 5 is a 2, that means a 6 is a 3, and a crit is a 1-shot.
Yes.
Right?
if the Leviathan crits, it will just take out the barrier in one go. Which
Great.
doesn't mean instant death to all of you. It just means things get very
Worse.
We are under the suppression of the aura
Can we
of
bring the
fear.
barrier back if it gets what?
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
y'all
okay.
can stabilize it.
It's,
I
a,
think
it's an
I'm gonna.
overshield. Got
I
it.
think I'm gonna stay down here and keep working on this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tight.
Cool.
All right. Let's go and take a break here. We'll come back, see what y'all get up to. I'm sure it'll be something ridiculous. So go do break stuff, everyone.
Why
We will,
stop now?
Why stop now? Go get a snack, drink some water, whatever you need to do. We'll be back here very soon to continue our session. Till then, stay tuned. Welcome back, internet. We thank you for hanging out. So I take our break. We're gonna go ahead and jump back in. Are you all right? What are we doing?
You okay?
Hi. I don't know if I am.
Are you all right?
Sorry, I'm short circuiting.
Val went on
after.
break and just
Yeah.
downed 3 Celsius, and they're back.
Yeah.
No, I had water for the first time today. That's the.
Your mouth
You're
isn't
briefly
bone dry.
possessed by an auctioneer.
Well, yeah, right. No, I was on a plane earlier, then I forgot how dehydrated that gets you. And
Yeah.
so and all I've had today are like 2 Cokes and a Celsius or a V8 Energy.
Hey, drink some water.
Yeah, I got it here. I'm working on it. Anyway, where we left off, the barrier has just been stabilized by glass. We've got pretty much everybody in the mix now on the deck of the ship. Crew is under control and at your disposal, and there is still a Leviathan that is bearing down on the Cernunnos. So you have options. Kind of, what is your goal here? Is it to try to kill the Leviathan? Is it try to ward it off so you can get away? Might be best to decide right now, like what your goal here is before we proceed with making more rolls.
We flee and find our fucking.
I think we should run.
Yeah.
I think it's our safest bet.
We still have some shit to deal with aboard this boat.
Or, hear me out. Because a Leviathan is pure electroplasm, what if we toss Grackle onto it and she just starts going to town?
Just eat it.
And I wasn't. I was gonna. I was gonna propose. I'm gonna slurp it like a crawdad.
Ooh, that was visceral.
Oh my god!
My body
Go down
had
to
a
the-
reaction to that.
Go down to
sound.
the creek and get me some crawdaddies. Gonna slurp them up, slurp them straight up.
Flashback.
Brown and all.
to my childhood.
Oh, not the brown. No, you can't have the brown. Oh.
That's the bad part.
Jesus Christ.
He
I'm
can't save you.
12. I'm 12 in Missouri again. Anyway.
So, I would like to transform the ship into a giant transformer so I can pick the Leviathan up and snap it in half like a crawdad.
Yes.
But then we end up in a Gurren Lagann situation. I just got to get a bigger robot to fight,
And it just
and
gets
then it's
bigger
just 2
and bigger.
universal-sized robots.
Hey,
You
at
say
the
that
end,
like it's a
it
bad
broke.
thing.
At the end of it, it turned into a fist fight, which
Yeah.
was really funny for everyone.
Oh man!
How many? Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. I had a question.
Yes, I have an answer.
So what's the over/under on leaving the barrier? Like, would that be a bad idea? Would I be able to get back in? Or
Don't Leviathans have like this aura of suppression and fear and dread?
It's more of like pure. So the way that I sort of envision it is like the ghost field itself is like pure psychic, like manifestations of all the spirits of everything and everyone that's died in the last, since the cataclysm. And Leviathans are sort of just a condensed version of that. Like physiologically, like they are electroplasm, they're pure spiritual, spectral, like energy in a corporeal form. So it is like more of like a psychic miasma of like insanity. So the mechanic that I had for it is that it's just going to fuck up your rolls, and then you are also vulnerable to certain like psychic attacks on your person. As a vampire, you have more of an ability to sustain or like stay alive, but also I will tell you, like, you can be destroyed by like I think the exact terms is like electroplasmic or like arcane means, like can destroy you. This Leviathan can fully kill you on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that makes sense. I'm not planning on like outright trying to fight this. We opened this fight by saying we're not going to fist fight the Leviathan, right?
yeah.
I'm thinking more along the lines of a distraction.
Going outside of the barrier is not an immediate death sentence. It's just much more dangerous, and you could come back in. Your biggest concern is how you get outside the barrier safely.
Right. Okay. All right. That was the biggest concern, because I know the barrier has been an issue for me in the past.
Yes.
In that case, pivoting, I'd like to coerce the crew.
Okay.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Part of the ship, part of the crew. I wanna like start command. I basically want to do a Barbosa, where I start like stalking up and down the Oh, I forgot boat words. I'm walking back and forth and shouting at people to get to work.
Okay. So you want to try. So here are your options as far as like game mechanics go. If you want to like distill it down to that, if there's a specific task you want them to accomplish, then you can do a command to to command them to do something, whether it's attack, whether that's to, repair something or whatever other task you might want them to do, or get the engines going. I can start an escape clock as well if that is like y'all's goal.
Right.
Here is to get away from that. So I can start a clock and they can take actions, or you could do like a setup action or something for somebody else, what they're gonna do. So
Right. Best defense is a good offense. I think I want to get the crew fighting the Leviathan. Because, as dangerous as any predator is, if the prey gives up enough of a fight,
yes.
the predator backs off because it's not worth it.
I'm gonna say, because you said this, and you have a unique insight into just from being a hound and being kind of like a hunter in general, and also now being like fully a predator. The clocks that I have there essentially for the Leviathan, it's stage 2 is more about defending it. Like if it got weakened to a point, it may just give up on you entirely.
Exactly.
So that is kind of what those clocks represent as well. So you get that sense, knowing that you haven't hunted anything this big before, but you've hunted a lot of things and you know how they work. Yes, you want to try to do a command on the crew?
Yep.
Okay. Y'all have set this up. The crew is under control, so these rolls for the crew are just risky standard.
I'm down for that. I'll
you
do
are
a
commanding them
command risky
attack.
standard. I'm not concerned about boosting it at all. I'm just gonna go for it.
Okay.
6.
Okay, that is a full success.
I got something.
Yeah.
All right, gents, are we Leviathan hunters or not? Man the harpoons, no prey, no pay. Let's turn this meat cute into a crawfish boil. There she blows, so blow off.
No, keep going, keep going.
That's it.
More,
I'm done.
more.
Turn this meat cute into a crawfish boil.
That's incredible.
So
That's the
I assume
quote.
meat
That's
was
going on,
MEAT
yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
of
course.
Okay, got it.
No
Oh my
pray, no
God.
pay. I'm
No
taking that
pray,
one.
no
no-
pay.
I'm taking that one on Tuesday.
No pray.
That one's
no
coming.
pray.
Yes.
That one's coming with us.
Oh, I
Put it
fucking
in the
love
pocket,
that.
fold it up.
Okay. God damn. With a 6, with the crew, they snap to it. The ones that aren't on the guns, like they get on the harpoon. You just hear like, "Sir, yes, sir." As they all start talking country. That none of them are. They just mirror your affectation.
Contagious. Yeah.
They all run on the harpoons. You see a volley of harpoons off the side of the ship, embedding into the Leviathan, which kind of reels back, is just pulled off course. As they have this whole series of like cranes and winches and stuff to like pull it into position. The one thing you get, like, as the harpoons are interacting with it too, and this is something else that you pick up on the physiology of these things, the way the harpoons impact it and begin to pull at it, this thing appears like it is not as dense as it should be. Like, it moves a lot easier than it should. For the best reference I can have, I'd like Attack on Titan. Like, the Titans are lighter than they like should physically be, and they're more prone to damage. That's kind of how I don't know if anybody gets a reference, but the Leviathan itself, it just like it moves a lot more for its like Titanic shape. It does not weigh as much as you would expect it to. Harpoons get it. Pull it into position. I'm going to mark 3 harm towards the Leviathan for that.
I watched a montage of octopodes, octopodes, octopuses moving
Yes.
around. And they're like all gelatinous and
Have a very like gelatinous sort of texture to it. So that is a volley of harpoons. Grackle, battle stations there. Glass Salome Fume. I guess Glass, you took an action already, kind of in this round. with
Yeah, I
your
did
thing.
kinda go right
So
before break.
Salome Fume.
Just turn whatever guns I can right on the Leviathan and.
Okay. You can do so. We decided the consequences for your last one was that it was going to be short-lived with your attune.
Yeah,
thing,
so
your
I
control.
figure like 1 or 2 bursts and then that's it for Fume.
Yeah, I'm actually going to say you're going to have to do it again for this round.
Do it again? Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Redouble the efforts on a 5.
Okay. I'm just going to offer you the same thing. You don't have to mark you don't get a benefit from marking your wear again. So if
Yeah.
you don't want to mark that, then you don't get the short-lived anymore, but you still have the option. You either take the harm or suffer less effect.
I would like to roll to resist.
You can certainly do
Good
that.
idea.
I think your resistance are all the same, right? You're at
Yeah,
4 and all
I'm
of them,
at 4
so
across
it doesn't matter. I was going to put this as like a resolve resistance for you. So,
Okay, that's a 6.
okay, you don't take any stress from that.
Thank God.
So you power through. You have a better sense of like the mechanisms and machinery and everything here, and you like any cannon that is not manned right now. You take control. Even some of the ones that do. So there are a few people that are on the cannon, so they're like hands like, what the fuck is going on right now? As you point them all in one unified direction to make an attack. Are you making another attack are you doing another wreck to try to distract?
I will do a hunt roll instead.
Okay.
Because where the Leviathan is literally next to the ship now, right?
Yeah, it's enough of range that I think hunt still plays into effect. Like you're trying to attack with precision at like a specific point on the Leviathan to do damage to it. But yes, you can just attack it.
Oh, that is a singular 6.
Okay, the 6, that is another 3 harm on the Leviathan. Okay. In conjunction with the cannon. Yes, please go ahead. You have to.
There is a trope in anime called I think it's called the Aitano Circus, where like on big battleships, like all the slots open up and all the missiles start following and flying out, that sort of
Yes.
thing. Yeah, I imagine that.
Yes, it is. That's fully like the harpoons. Just like there's like a burst of like smoke from where the harpoons are launched out. So it's like pressurized gas going through the air. At the same time, all of the cannons all open fire, just straight to a point. You see like carving a line straight through the top of this Leviathan, like bisecting this like peak to its body. It splits in half, and you watch as this electroplasm just begins to pour out into the water, sparking and illuminating the ocean surface as you deal a very heavy blow to it. Excellent. That is Fume. Salome, what do you have?
Okay. Well, we've got folks fixing the barrier. We've got folks directly attacking the Leviathan. And we've got folks already spurring the crew on further. May I attempt to chat with Vond a little
Yes.
bit? I think I would like to get him talking about the bosun and the whole situation surrounding this, and put a little bit of a bug in his ear about how much the Baron sucks.
Okay. So Vaughn is like full battle stations, giving commands here. Is like he's stepping back, like has a moment to breathe. It's like everything's fine. He's more like, surveying everything at very like top, like macro level right now. Is over in front of this like they have this like map table that has where he's getting reports from different areas of the ship, like readouts that are being delivered through these like pneumatic cylinders from like engineering and the different levels. Is going over those reports as you come up to him. What do you say?
Well, since we've saved your ass, at least for now, did you honestly think that the Lord Governor got to where he is in a noble or legitimate way?
I don't know if this is exactly the best time for this.
Oh, I think it might be one of the best times, because I have you right here as a captive audience. Continue your work, I'll be right here.
What are you insinuating?
That the Lord Governor was the one involved and directly responsible for the former Lord Governor's assassination.
Do you have any proof of this?
I, in fact, have proof of his instability and organization with not one but two demonic creatures right here.
He like yells over to somebody. He's like, "What's the readouts in Quadrant C of the engineering level? We're reaching dangerous levels. Send a few more men down there." And like turns back to you and says, "What? What do you have?"
Pull out the journal.
Hand the journal to him. He flips it open, just like looking it over. Go ahead and make me a what do you want to do? A sway?
Sway's good.
Yeah.
I can't give myself the free assistance, but I kind of wanna push here. I'm gonna push.
I'll give you.
Oh.
No, I'll give you that.
You sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I have 4 in sway, so I will take the greater effect, if I may. Or is it going to be risky standard?
I'd say risky standard. You could bump it up to a great with that.
That's what I'll do.
You've succeeded in a lot of roles here, so it's hard for me to say that you're all in a bad
See
position.
what happens.
Listen, the Leviathan's going to like super crit, take out the barrier in one hit.
God, I'm hoping.
It's gonna do a little bit of structural damage. We're all gonna freak out.
It's not a crit success, but it is a 6.
Okay. With a 6, he doesn't have like the time to go over this, but he like flips through it. He sees like
Page 43 is probably the
yeah. You
most
point out a
interesting.
page, and he flips to that and like sets it down next to it. You see him like looking at some of the readouts going over that, like looking back to the journal, looking to the readouts, looking back at the journal. Pauses on the journal. When did you get this?
From his daughter.
You said Reika was working for him.
He said
Why?
it directly to my companion right before she shot Captain Pansy in the stomach.
Fine. We're going to have a conversation when this is done and the captain is recovered. But I see no reason to arrest you or your companion at this point. I believe you, all right? Just let's get back to land alive and we will discuss.
One thing at a time.
kind of like pushes the journal back to you and is like, I would like to read this again.
Absolutely.
Begins shouting more orders. I'd say we don't have a clock for this, but he is full. Like you've definitely made a lot of progress towards getting him on your side. In addition with Panzea, allies. So that is everyone has done something at this point. Leviathan is going to take an action. The ship kind of rocks a bit. It's the first time you've really felt it like move in any meaningful sense, just the enormity of this vessel. It sways as Fume and I guess Glass, you're below deck now. So Fume and Grackle and Salome from the bridge, you watch like roiling off in the water. You see the top of this mass of like appendages that has been like split open, kind of morphs, twists, and forms into like a dozen more of these appendages that kind of split out from the top. Yes, Fume?
Oh, no, I just imagine, like, the panning shot of this where the creature's slowly untwisting and unwinding, and the guns just point up and just start...
Exactly, yep. It's kind of a combination of, like an enormous, like, again, the kaiju anime monstrosity, but also, like, the third Matrix movie where you have the line of gunners that are shooting at the robots as they're pouring in from the ceiling, and yeah, you see like it is unfolding, like uncoiling and growing in size. It is like unraveling itself into this like this mass of tendrils that then like goes to like envelop and like crush like over the ship. So I'm gonna make a roll for the Leviathan. It's gonna be 6 dice this time. I cannot roll a 6.
Oh my god. There's a 5 there.
There is a 5.
That's
so
a
it
lot
is.
of threes.
That's a lot of threes.
It's a lot of threes.
That's gonna be the most threes I've seen in my life.
Where you get all them threes?
Where'd all those threes come from?
Girl, what'd you do with all them threes?
You know, if you take 2 of those threes, turn one of them on the side, and smash them together, it'd be an 8.
The ship, you watch as the Leviathan again like disintegrates against the barrier, but like the sheer pressure of it is like enveloping the vessel and taking and like trying to like crush it down, like it's trying to drag it down into the water. But the barrier holds strong thanks to glass reinforcing it. You do hear the creaking of like the hull beginning to take damage from the pressure as well. But the Leviathan is also going to take damage from the effect and the presence of the barrier there too, and the continuous fire from the weapons. So ends up being almost like a net neutral at this point, with both sides doing damage to each other. But the Cernunnos is doing what it is intended to do, is holding strong against this entity, and the Leviathan has taken a lot of damage. So wrapping back around to what everybody wants to do here.
Oh, I'm gonna try to keep the barrier up.
All right. You want to just do the same thing you did before?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, I think Atrina is fully letting you do your thing at this point. So you can go ahead and do another attune. Same risky standard as before.
And is the crew helping me?
Yeah, so so it'll go up to risky standard because
of that. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Right. I got 3 6s.
Whoa. Whoa.
Can
And
I
a-
have?
And a 1.
Can I have?
You may not have one.
sixes?
Can we bank them like in Basin?
No.
Damn.
Yeah, so too many 6s. At this
Hey,
point, you will
don't
never
knock
be
the
able to roll
hustle,
anything
you know?
else. Yeah. I respect it. Okay, you again fully charge the ship shields, negating any of the damage that the Leviathan did there. I'm going to give you, with a critical success, a added benefit here.
Yay! I love
you-
to win.
I love to win.
I will also allow this to count as you are like overcharged. You are channeling so much electroplasm. You are a second arc reactor on this ship right now. Channeling so much electroplasm into the engine to the point
Yay.
where it's almost too much. That like it has to go somewhere else too.
Let the
So
hate flow
I will
through
allow
you.
this to count as a setup action for another role regarding the ship as well. So you can give it to the weapons, you can give it to engines if somebody's going to try to command or get the ship moving. You can redirect it to somewhere else and give somebody a setup, which again is additional increased better position or better effect.
Sorry, there's a cat on my desk trying to eat my dice.
Does that sound good?
Yes, that sounds great to me.
Okay. Everything on the ship is just real. Some light bulbs begin to like explode around the
Whoops.
ship as well, as just like too much electricity going through it. The guns are like heating up as they're firing so fast.
I'm having the time of my life down here.
Yeah, it is crazy right now. All right.
The hair's
Excellent.
gone full white. I look insane right now.
Yeah, you're just like levitating in the middle of this engine room. All these scientists
Alex
around
Storm.
you. Yeah, all these scientists around you are looking at this like, what's the fucking point of our job?
Now there's only one of me. Somebody
One
had
of them
to
makes
build
like
the ship.
the sign of the cross.
Yeah. But the crew
I'm about
is
to
helping
start
you
another
by,
cult.
by essentially they've recognized, all right, you're the new power source. How do we redirect this and keep the engine from like overloading or
Great.
overheating? And they're just like pulling levers and
Use me as a
and you see-
battery.
Like Atrina's like made sense of the situation right now, and it's like, all right, none of this makes any sense. You shouldn't be able to do this, but we're gonna take advantage of this. You. Watch those gauges. Give me the reports.
I think once this is over, me and Atrina are gonna be friends.
Yeah, it was just very much like mysticism against science and butting heads.
You're gonna
and-
get coffee. You're
And
gonna
Glass
like
loves science.
trade, some
Yeah.
some theoretics,
I think Glass is very much under the impression that some people have now that's like magic is just science we don't understand yet.
Yeah. No, a good scientist would see magic happening and go, "Ooh, I wonder how that works."
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
A few would just go, I wonder how I can adapt this.
What can I use this for?
How do I turn this into a weapon?
How do I turn this into the fastest bomb known to man?
Yeah. How do I make this blow up?
Wait, I have an idea. I just need to split the atom.
Oh God.
Oh, don't do that. What did
Uh,
Adam ever do to you?
I have to split the soul.
all right, you have succeeded wildly, Glass.
Yay.
Great job. Who wants to do next?
Has Fume gone since I have?
No,
it's a
this
new
is
turn?
essentially we're calling this a
Yeah.
new round.
Okay.
We're doing this in loose.
I just went
rounds.
ahead and got my shit out of the way.
Cool,
Do another
cool,
one,
Keep
Fume.
doing this.
Cool. What can I do that can be meaningful, but try and rip through this thing to try and hamper it? Is there, like, a way that I can just shoot up the Leviathan to hamper its movements so that we can get out of here quicker?
Absolutely, yeah. I would call that a wreck if you wanted to
Yes.
do that.
Okay. Risky standard, or...
I think you're in a risky standard situation right now. Yeah.
Okay. So, bookkeeping-wise, I still need to push myself because of my plus dice effect to make it a standard.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're risky limited.
I'm one stress away.
Buddy, this is not the fight to fall to trauma.
This is fine. I gotta, this, wait, hold on, maybe. Okay, I got a 6.
6. Okay. So and you bumped up to standard still?
Standard, yeah.
Okay. All right. God, it's 6. All right.
Could
Oh yeah, no damage. It was to distract. Yes. So,
Well, it was to shoot it up in a way to like make it get slower, like hamper.
what I will
Hamster.
say is, if so, because right now nobody's done anything as far as like getting the ship moving or like giving any sort of commands or orders, like we got to get out of here.
Okay.
Anybody can do that. Like Salaman's perfect position at the bridge to be like encourage the captain to be like, hey, let's GTFO.
That was the plan. Yep.
What I will count this as is a setup action for that to
Okay.
increase the effect of it. If we're going to go, and I will start another clock for that as soon as that roll gets made. But yes, it will either that I will say you can either have that option, or I could take a die away from the Leviathan on its next attack.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Do that. I feel pretty confident that I can talk to the first officer.
I would like to remove a dice from the dice pool for this turn.
Got it. Okay. Leviathan is hindered by that and unable to make full use of its abilities.
Cinematically, like Fume kind of jerks back away from the controls and everything, just like ew, for a hot second.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that again. I want stress.
Yeah, you're very nearly overheated, my dude. All right, let's move down the line then. Oh yeah,
Could I start like ball forming my way towards the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. All right, Fume leaves the gunner line, heads up towards the bridge. Grackle, you want to go next or Salamine?
I feel like I don't have much to do aside from what Salame's like. I feel like Salame's got the move right now. I'll
Okay.
cover the exit.
Okay.
Okay. Then yeah. While the captain, the acting captain, I suppose, our captain is in the infirmary. Turning to Vaughn. This is not a standard hunt. We need to get the fuck out of here. And then we can resolve all the rest of this later.
I'm gonna have you go into your role before I decide like how we respond to
Okay.
that. So, because I was assuming you were gonna want to do like a command roll.
Or a sway.
Assuming
Or a sway.
yeah, I think either one of those works. Because you're not like I'm gonna take the helm and start steering the
fuck
ship
no.
away. Yeah.
I'm doing. I don't even
Off
think
I
Salome is all of 5'2". I don't even think she could like reach fully. Like nah. Like a little kid at a steering wheel. No.
Get her an apple box.
Can you imagine if you did do that? It'd be the equivalent of like walking up to the guy, slapping him in the face, taking his cigarette, and then taking the wheel.
Yeah.
Like what I did downstairs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Get out of my
You
way.
have the fucking
Shut the
magic
fuck
to
up.
back it up. Like shit.
Hey, Riz is its
you
own
did
kind of
literally do that,
magic.
didn't you?
It's true. It's.
Punch him, kiss him, take the wheel.
I slap him, but then I kiss him.
Not necessarily in that
I'm-
order.
I'm rewatching Starstruck right now, so that's
Yeah.
in my brain at the moment. Oh, okay. Now one more person kiss me and I will leave. Okay. Baby. That is all 5s and 1 6.
Oh,
It's still a
disappointing.
6.
Oh wait, you said a 6.
There
Yeah.
was 1 6. Yeah, that was a 555.
Oh, so disappointing. A full
it
success.
Shook me, it took me a second because I was like looking at them, but one of them is this green one that is extremely hard to read, and I was like, "Is that all 5? No, that's a 6."
I was reading tone of voice rather than what you said.
Yep. One thing I could have asked this beforehand, but we'll also ask now. Do you want to put your setup action towards this? Getting the ship to increase this from a standard to a great effect.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So
Hit the nos.
Yeah, Tokyo
Punch
Drift
it.
starts playing over the speakers. You say this to Vaughn, who's looking at everything. The ship's doing okay, the crew's doing okay, but y'all were on the back foot to start here, and he like is going like doing the calculus for that and says, "You're right. We weren't expecting this today. All right."
We're already halfway to city that we were intending to go to for supplies.
Yeah.
You're making our way there.
You're correct. Command to engines, full power. We're getting out of here as fast as we can. It gives the commands. They send more orders down to engineering, and they are going to begin preparing for a full retreat. I'm gonna go ahead and create a token here, or a clock here for the retreat. And with the great effect there, you get 4 ticks. You are halfway full on that. All right. That is Salome's turn. Everyone feels like the excess power being redirected to the engines. The ship begins to lurch a little bit. Everyone kind of like loses their footing for a second, grabbing onto the railings as the ship begins to pull away from the Leviathan, trying to escape its clutches. That just leaves Grackle, who hasn't gone yet.
I want to cause problems for this creature. I think what I want to do is I wouldn't have brought my sniper rifle because this was a.
I mean, here's the thing: if you have the load for it, you can have it. Like that's. But if you want to play into it and say that you wouldn't have it, that's also okay. But
well, I can justify it by saying that it was like snuck aboard by our minions, our crews. Our dudes.
Yeah, the rooks are just running around here doing everything they can to help right now.
Grackle's just like looking around, and then she like hones in on one particular barrel, and she just like busts in through it and like pulls out her sniper rifle.
Yeah. I think there's like a little like Jackdaw like left a little mark on the barrel or something to let you know that it was in there. It's just the 2 little vampire fangs.
She's gonna climb to an elevated position, and she's gonna wait for an opening. And it's basically like she's giving it a chance to back off, and if it doesn't, she's going to make it hurt.
Okay. You absolutely can do that. So I will say the Leviathan is not at a point where it's backing off like yet. You can see it's still like lashing out at the ship as it's trying to escape. So you can make an attack at it. You will be as a individual attacking at a lesser effect. So I would start this out.
What about ectoplasmic ammunition?
That will definitely help. So I would say what would have been would have been no effect goes to limited effect with the electroplasmic ammunition, because that's everything that the ship uses is the electroplasmic ammunition and stuff too. You can punch it up to make it a standard effect if you would like.
I'll do it.
Okay. You can push yourself for that.
Yep.
So risky standard is where I would put this.
Yeah, I'll just send it.
Send it. Yeah.
6, baby.
God damn! Have y'all rolled not a 6 on anything
There's some 5s
tonight?
in there.
There's been some 5s.
Not on the stuff where I would attack you back or hurt you in any sort of way. I need to stop making the stakes so big because y'all do so much better whenever I set the stakes high.
We work well under pressure, evidently.
We fuck up everything if it's low stakes, but
If it was just like there was a rat infestation at the jewelry box right now, y'all would all be on the verge of death.
Yep.
Like, oh my god!
100%.
Look, just have us roll to like tie our shoelaces. We'll fuck that up tremendously.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Why is it strangling me?
Why
I didn't think I needed to breathe.
Oh fuck, this ain't a shoelace, it's a snake.
Fucking eel again.
There's a snake in my boots. Oh,
No,
man.
really, there's a snake in my boot.
I wasn't trying to tie my shoes. I wear boots.
All right. With a standard effect
It's all
and
falling apart.
and a 6, You deal another 3 harm to the Leviathan, filling out its first clock. The shot rings out electroplasmic ammunition. That this is what the stuff that Fume had made you, right? You fire. There is an explosion of light from the barrel of Grackle's rifle as it strikes one of the these tendrils that is like whipping towards the ship, severing it at the base as it falls against the barrier and disintegrates into dust. The Leviathan, you hear this shrieking, like, growl. I think Grackle at that point, like, the shiver runs up your spine of like knowing the difference between a predator and like that is attacking and one that's like been backed into a corner that is now lashing out to like protect itself. So what this effect is going to do, I think everyone is like taking an action right now. The Leviathan is still coming at you. The effect for stage 2 of this is your attempts to escape are all going to have increased effect, but the Leviathan is now rolling with an additional die. So it would have been rolling with 7. Fume did the effect, so it's only rolling with 6 right now. So I'm going to roll 6 dice as it attacks again. There's my 6. Not a crit, though. I love that crit. You watch as the Leviathan like almost fully like unfold. Like basically the ship is pulling away so that you're looking at Leviathan from behind the ship, and you watch as the tendrils unfold from this weave of its body, and this mass of thousands of these tendrils rise up from the ocean, forming a wall of just this disgusting like Icarus mass that goes for about a quarter mile in every direction, and again this shrieking, like thrumming presence as it lashes out towards the ship. The ship is moving away. It can't get like the full force of the impact because of Fume utilizing the cannons to distract it to keep it at bay. It does strike the barrier harder than it has at any point before, almost taking it down with a single shot, but just barely missing out on that thing to Glass's efforts. The hull takes a little more damage from the impact as well, but you watch as the Leviathan does not seem to be pursuing as aggressively as it was before. So that is its turn. The ship is in full retreat. Who wants to act first? You potentially could get away if we want to go in and do that roll first, unless like Glass wants to utilize their turn to just do another setup action or something for engineering.
I can blast some more power into the boat.
Wouldn't hurt.
Let's hit the NOS, baby.
All right. So we'll do the same thing, but instead of focusing on the barrier, you're focusing on your main effect being the empowering the engines.
Yeah.
Got it. Go ahead and do your attune roll.
Okay.
We'll call this risky standard again.
Please be good. Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
2.
Oh no.
2.
I rolled
Luck's
3
running out,
2s and a 1.
The luck's running out.
I'm about to
Okay.
fry my own brain.
Okay. The 2.
That's
Yeah.
the worst I've ever rolled. Fuck. Hit me.
Glass.
The thunder's
You
rolling, by the way, as you announced that.
Glass. You are trying to draw it, like the electroplasmic bottles that you had brought in here are depleted. You are fully
That's fair.
drawing in power from like anything around you. Obviously, you can't draw it from the ship itself because that's where you're trying to put the energy. So it's mostly from the atmosphere.
I could draw it from me.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably some of that too, but you realize like your body, like your own energy wouldn't be nearly enough. The life forces of people around you probably wouldn't even be enough to do that. Like you could start killing people on the ship and utilizing their energy for it. I don't get the impression that's what Glass wants to do. at this moment,
That's
though.
not plan A.
Yeah.
That's down the
I
list
think-
always.
You feel that, I mean, what is limiting your access to energy is the barrier around you, because you can feel beyond the ship, the ghost field itself, this powerful energy source, like this untapped reservoir of energy. And I think you instinctively pull towards that, and you touch something with your mind as it makes contact with the presence of the Leviathan.
My brain's about to melt out of my ears.
And you feel this. There isn't any malevolence. This isn't like an intelligence. This isn't some sort.
This is instinct.
You feel the screaming, tortured mass of energy, the collective consciousness that has been subsumed into this condensed form. You feel the deaths of millions of people, the stars falling from the sky, the birth and ending of eternity all being funneled directly into your mind in this moment as you touch something with your consciousness that is not meant to be understood, contemplated, or even witnessed by a mortal mind. Glass, you are going to take a level 4 harm.
No, I don't want to die.
You may choose to resist it.
Probably resist.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, now hear me out. I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Is this a supernatural consequence?
Yes.
Then I may use my special armor to resist it.
Yes, you may.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah!
No, this is bad. Okay, Glass dying from
Oh,
this would be
yeah.
one thing. Glass living through this,
So much worse.
I
I think
am Icarus, but the wax has held.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Glass, and you can take from this what you want, obviously, but Glass has had moments in the past when, like, you know, you're taking trauma and things where you thought like this idea of becoming, like, transcending to like this demon form and like to fully become like what these entities are. And what you feel in this moment is how small and insignificant you are in comparison to these things, and how much it would take to be like that. These entities are lesser than the demons that you have, or they are more than the demons that you have encountered in scale, in power, in like sheer like force, but without like the intelligence. And if a demon, if like the things that you've been interacting with are even a small representation of this, just how much more you would need to get there.
I'm about to fully go off the deep end.
Yeah, I think you are left with this idea of like, I'm not going to tell you that Glass believes it's impossible, but that you realize that anything you have done has been so small in comparison to the leaps that you would have to take and the steps you would have to take to get to that point. So,
I'd just like to remind the table in the wake of that the very first trauma I took was obsessed.
yeah,
Oh no, are you about to Ahab?
Yeah,
Oh.
we're gonna need
Uh,
a bigger boat.
so you avoid the harm. You are you do not take any consequences from this.
It felt like a good use of the one armor that I do
I-
have.
I agree. Okay.
So glad I took that move.
Well, that is Glass.
Sure
but
is,
you
baby.
were unfortunately unsuccessful in giving and setting up for the escape.
That's okay.
So if
But I had an
somebody
existential
else,
crisis along the way.
yes, you did. So win-win. So if somebody else wants to try to set up for that before Sid gets back, we can do that.
Set up for what?
For the escape, because the glass was trying to set up to
I failed
give,
miserably.
to give Salome a boost with trying to order the escape again.
Hit.
If there's anything anybody
the
wants to do
nos.
in this moment,
Captain.
or Salome can go ahead and try the roll and see what happens.
Try the roll.
My skills.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's anything I can do at this point without putting me out of the scene.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. So it's got to be me.
And again, a setup action does not require stress or anything. You just take an action to increase.
Of course.
Oh, okay. I mean, okay, so like the roll, it's just me setting up to.
So a setup action is essentially you're taking an action that improves the position or effect rather than giving an additional die. Because assist is when you're taking stress and giving somebody the die for it. This would increase the.
It doesn't have like the standard limited thing, right? It's just rolling to see if I do provide the.
No, it would be a roll, so you would have to.
Yeah, no. I'd have to push myself for an effect.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll do it.
It's on you, Grackle.
Yeah. I think I just rinse and repeat, reload, and line up another shot.
Okay, but you wouldn't do this one as more of a setup, unless trying to you're trying to keep it at bay.
I'm not necessarily trying to scare it off. At this point I'm contributing. I'm providing a distraction. I'm making it owie.
Uh-huh.
I understand that I can't fight it off on all by my onesies. I'm being an annoyance.
Yes.
Is what I am doing.
Okay. And you want to do that with what kind of roll are you looking to make?
Hunt.
Okay. Yeah. I'll know it.
If
5. Okay. Mixed success there.
Consistent, if nothing else.
What consequence do I want to give you with this? You load up another round of this electroplasmic ammunition to take a shot. I'm gonna say as you aim, looking for what the biggest threat is, you pinpoint like this cluster of these tendrils that is looming and kind of pulling back to whip out. You've seen it do this a couple of times now. You aim, you fire, take the shot. There's an explosion of energy as the electroplasm round fires out the gun, impacts the tendrils, causing the damage. But I'm going to say there's the round, for whatever reason, was faulty. There's a bit of like this explosion of this electroplasmic energy, which is you are especially vulnerable to in your vampiric state. And I'm going to give you a level 2 harm for like you look down at your hand and you just see like the burn. So you can resist this if you want, but you see it like beginning to burn through your flesh, revealing like the bone underneath.
I have high enough. I've got high enough stress that this is potential danger to me. I have 4 trauma already. What happens if I get another?
So you're with a vampire. If you take another trauma, I think you're just out of the scene. Let me double check. But so if you suffer fatal harm or trauma, you don't die, but your undead spirit is overwhelmed. You take level 3 harm, incapacitated until you feed enough to recover.
Ooh, feed. Haha. I'm gonna do a Demeter. Yeah, that's bad on a ship.
Do you still have enough load for special armor to resist this?
You just have special armor, right?
You have to have a move that
Gives you special armor. Yeah.
Gives you special armor. Okay.
Yeah.
Or just armor, right? To
Armor
If
we
you
can
have-
all have in our
Yeah.
load. Yeah.
Yeah.
armor use once. We'll just take it.
It's Demeter in Europe and Demile in America.
God
You're
damn
like
it!
on another planet right now, my guy.
God
So-
damn
I'm loving
it!
it.
So armor isn't on the vampire list. Oh, I just need to scroll down. What am I doing? Plasmic ammunition. How much do I even have? 1, 2. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Large weapon was 4, 5.
And we have 2 extra.
Yes. Okay, I've got the spare for the armor. So I'll do
Okay.
that. I'll go ahead and use the armor for this one.
Got it.
That just makes sense. I gotta stop forgetting that I have armor.
I think we all forget.
Okay. Yep, that's what I do.
Okay. Yeah, you spend so that you recoil enough, like seeing the blast, you put up like your like your duster, your whatever you're wearing in a way, like absorbs enough of yeah, you just fall into a Dracula and avoid the blast, like dropping your gun, avoiding the blast as you get the kickback. Excellent. That'll set up Salome. So Salome, you're gonna have great effect. And a well, I guess you already would have been great effect, so we can call this controlled. You can take the increased position instead, so you can call this controlled great effect.
Or extra die.
Well, no, you can.
No.
You'd have to push. Somebody would have to assist. Or
Oh,
something
that's
to do
right.
an extra.
For
Yeah.
the setup, it's only
Yes.
position. Got it.
My bad, my bad.
That is 1, 6, 4, 4, 3, 6.
All right. With a 6, with great effect, that will push us to a full retreat.
Oh, let's go.
You feel you like encouraging the captain, like assisting first officer
Like
boss.
he's muttering and I'm yelling whatever he says. And
Yeah.
like, yeah.
And the ship begins to pull away. You watch as the Leviathan behind you lashes at the ocean, striking just behind the ship, setting up a wave behind the ship, kind of like rocks and rolls from that. As it the engines go to full speed, but the Leviathan does not pursue. It seems to retreat back into the water as the Cernunnos makes for full speed off to the nearest landfall. And you have evaded the Leviathan.
Yo, guys, let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Fucking go, bro.
No, really, let's go.
Let's go.
have to go.
So let's get
the fuck
out of
here.
here.
Let's
Let's
go.
leave.
We gotta get out of here.
skedaddle. Mhm.
Without suffering any major casualties on the ship or any major damage, the Cernunnos makes for where did I say we were going?
Somewhere
was.
in what's it called? Where they do the
It
Leviathan.
was
blood.
Lockport in
Yes.
Skull One. Yep. Makes for Lockport. Making weighing anchor in the docks there. Within it, like it's pretty chaotic around the ship. Doctors tending to Pansia, Vaughn trying to regain control of the crew and establish some semblance of order, and the word kind of spreading of what happened with the bosun, her body being dumped overboard the following day, the there was kind of like a loose investigation to make sure there's no like co-conspirators on the ship. You maybe have to point out a few of your crew that are here because they get a little suspicious of their credentials. Jack Dawn Company, who shouldn't be here, and I think a couple of them get cornered. It's like, hey, I don't know you. You're a new face. Like, were you working with it? And you kind of smooth things over and get that all dealt with until you arrive in Lockport. And almost immediately, the four of you are kind of, well, I guess Salome and Grackle are pulled into this. Are you letting, are Glass and Fume still flying under the radar at this point, or have you fully let them know that there are some co-conspirators on the ship that we brought with us?
I think honesty is probably best at this point.
Yeah.
We're trying. Vond is a straight shooter, and has at least listened right now. And I feel like we should probably get all four of us, and then also Panzia, in on this
Yeah.
conversation.
Hey guys, I'm feeling just a little bit stressed right now.
Oh shit!
I don't think Glass speaks for the rest of the trip.
Jesus Christ.
Just 1,000-yard stare, haunted eyes.
Yeah.
How's that any more different than our normal Glass?
Wow.
They talk at least.
True.
Yeah, you're all gathered in with Vond and
Oh, in the
at the
infirmary, like Pansy is still fucked up, right?
yeah, I think you're in the infirmary with Panzia kind of like propped up in a bed, like it's been patched up, is conscious again. The two of them having just clearly finished a rather long conversation as you've arrived, and Panzia addressing you and seeing Glass and this orb presenting itself as Fume for the first time, gives a very weak kind of like cough.
Well, I guess thanks are in order.
Oh no, we're here to finish the job.
Not the time for
Oh,
jokes. Fume.
fine.
Vaughn immediately goes for his gun. He's joking. He's joking.
He's joking. He's joking.
Oh my
A
god.
very bad sense of humor.
It's like worse than yours.
Watch it. You mutinied me not 2 days ago. I don't think I've forgotten that.
Vaughn kind of like clamps up, goes very rigid. That's it. Panzia gives a wry smile towards you, Salome and Grackle, and says,
Well, we discussed the goings on, and it appears that Reka was the driving force behind most of this, as you suspected, and as I learned.
he clutches his side.
So, I have also learned that you made Vaughn here aware of some very damning evidence towards our Lord Governor.
Quietly at this point, take the journal out, look to Grackle for the okay,
You know, she just gives a nod.
and open it to the pertinent pages for Panzia.
Yeah, Panzia reads over it, kind of nodding. Finishes.
Not the most surprising at this point from what I've heard and witnessed somewhat firsthand. Jack, in our last conversation, I told you I wanted to find a way to do this peacefully. It seems to me that your father has not done me the same courtesy. This was a direct attempt on my life for undermining him. So I can only assume that it won't be the last once I return to Duskfall.
That is a fair assumption, Theo. I use his first name for the first. I had to go back to Venge Quest and double
Yeah.
check what his first name was.
So, being it that I have no real choice now, either face my execution or assassination, or work with you to whatever ill ends this heads towards.
Duskfall is our home, Captain. We wish no ill ends upon it. Quite the opposite.
And I understand that you have good motivations and you're good people looking to do the right thing, but you know the old saying with revenge and graves. And I have to assume we'll be digging a lot more of those before this is done.
When this first began, it was personal. And that was it. Now it's still personal, but it's bigger than that. He has to die.
And I agree. But I think the only way that we accomplish this without losing all that we hold dear is by keeping this as impersonal as we can. I know John. Known him for a long time. He's a smart man. And he'll be expecting this. He'll be expecting you. He'll be expecting this to be personal. Don't do what he's expecting.
I'll take that under advisement, Captain.
As far as my resources, my ship, my crew, they're not in the business of warfare, nor will I ask them to be so. But I can at least... Most of the Baron's supply of ectoplasm and Leviathan blood has come from our business together. If I keep the Cernunnos outside of his grasp long enough, and that well runs dry, I'll put him in a very desperate situation.
That's something you're willing to do, Captain.
I don't see that I have much other choice in the matter. I don't...
We always have a choice, Captain.
If I return to Duskfall with my ship, it will be taken from me. But if I return at the right time, the right place, then I could aid you in whatever you needed before he has a chance to do so. So, you have my support, my backing, and when the time is right, I will aid you however I can. But, like I said, this will put him in a corner, in a very desperate situation. I don't know what he'll do.
So while he is scattered, we shall be in top form.
And we can only hope that evens the odds.
We have a little something more to even the odds.
anything I can help with.
Potentially. With his demonic dealings, he has essentially separated himself from his body. One part of his soul, visage, is hidden away. We will have to destroy both it and his person within quick succession for this to work. If you have any inklings of where he might keep something so precious, we beg of your aid for that.
Well, I might have an idea. After the death of the former Lord Governor, when John was consolidating power and appointed to the position of acting governor, took his office at the Lord Governor's stronghold. At that time, he requisitioned from myself a rather sizable quantity of resources, both Leviathan blood and other various machinery, ores, imports. A laundry list of items that I wasn't unusual to receive from him. But it seemed to me that he was constructing something rather impressive. Never saw the results of it myself, but I did hear rumors that something was being built within the Lord Governor's stronghold. And it seems to me that if he had something so precious, why not put it in the most protected, most defensible place in the city?
That's what I thought. Not exactly happy to have it confirmed, but it's what I thought.
Like I said, he's an intelligent man, and he knows that trickery and subterfuge aren't going to serve him well as the raw, overpowering might of the resources, weapons, and defenses that he has built up around himself. I see no reason he wouldn't put it in the first place you'd expect, knowing you'd have to be a fool to go in there.
We are nothing if not fools. That is for certain.
Well, I wish you best of luck with that. I'll give you the means to reach me if you should need anything else. I will arrange for you to receive transport back to Duskfall, as I cannot bring you back aboard my ship. And once, if there is anything you need of me, or when the time comes for to make your move, I'll be there.
Thank you, Theo.
Looks to you, Grackle, says,
I know it only means so much at this point, but I am sorry, Jack. I should have listened to you earlier.
You weren't ready yet.
True. I hope you are.
I don't think she answers.
Say your goodbyes to Panzea. And he dispatches you with Vond. He kills you
Not
right
that
there.
kind of dispatch.
With Vond to escort you back on another ship back to Duskfall. Or whatever else lies in store. And I think that's where we're going to end our session for tonight.
Ah!
We did it.
We
Oh my
did.
god, we did it.
We did it.
Good stuff, y'all.
Attack,
once-
retreat, attack, retreat.
That was
Lower
so
the
much-
gate!
I wanted to say that all night.
I knew someone was going to make a Hamilton reference as soon as I put the word retreat on the board.
Always.
Yeah, good stuff. Y'all did much better than I thought. It always does at this point. I don't know why I'm surprised. Like I said, I'm gonna throw some really just like mediocre, mundane challenges at y'all to give you an
Just
actual
fail
threat.
miserably. Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember when we were struggling with tax stuff?
Yeah.
yeah, right. That's
We
what I need to
still
do.
are.
More legal drama. Y'all can't
Yeah.
deal with that.
You know, theoretically, actually, I think that what happens is that when the stakes are high, we're very generous with spending stress.
Yes.
Because look at us. Look at us right now.
I
It's
know.
rough
Like,
out there, kids.
Stakes are low. We don't give a shit.
Yeah, we ain't afraid.
we let failure become an option.
So here's my ask, Val. It's a Rube Goldberg of consequences that just keep on stacking up higher and higher.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
See, that your
the
wish?
trick here is to do a twist in the middle of a job, like after we've like failed at a bunch of like mundane tasks, then raise the stakes, and then we're like fucked.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Again, this is the closest we've gotten to like a boss fight sort of situation in
It
this
was
game.
intense though.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how to see how it plays out because it's again very it's the system. It leaves a lot of gray area for stuff like this. So it was fun to see how that goes. And we'll see in the future. I think the most challenging situations I've put y'all in though have been when you've been dealing with multiple things at once and having like to be spread out and stuff.
Yeah.
And that really puts y'all there. No, I mean obviously only to a point because y'all can still help each other from any distance, but it does
course.
add some extra drama. So I'm really excited to see whatever y'all are going to do next. Now the Panzea thing is done because really.
Yeah.
I mean, we are fully in the end game,
Great.
where y'all, it's just however much setup you want to do to give yourself as much success as possible, knowing that each thing you're doing is pissing some very powerful people off.
Got Panzea.
Yeah.
We've got
That's our fucking
fake,
job, man.
Yeah,
We've got our fake red sashes now. I'm still calling in that favor from Salia because she still owes me.
yeah.
We've got all of our crews. We've got Steiner. We've got Lord Skurlock. Like we are not without allies in this.
This is true.
No, you've got plenty of help. So, yeah, I guess we'll think about it. We'll go into downtime next week, and let's see what we're setting up for next. Whether it's finally going to be setting our sights on the Baron or doing some more to fuck the shit up before we take on that challenge.
We install mortars on the outside of the spirit barrier and just have the all-seeing one have his zombie
oh, no,
ghost.
Yeah, we've got our what's it called? The
Just yeah, exactly what Pansy was afraid of. Level the entire city.
no, we've got
No.
we've got our buddies that have the whole the
Yeah.
what's it called? Yeah,
It's Dragon Age Inquisition, good against the castle wall, except it's a ghost.
Yeah, you
Pretty
just start.
much.
You're
Pretty
launching
much.
mortars full of ghosts at the Lord Governor's stronghold from outside the city. Okay.
Yes.
gotcha.
Morning, noon, and night, so he cannot sleep at all. Domestic terrorism at its finest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right. We'll do XP and then we'll do stars and wishes and quote, and we'll call it a night. So PC advancement. We had a couple desperate actions today, so make sure you give yourself XP for those. Then playbook specific XP triggers on your sheets. You marked those, then take XP there. Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, and background. And then we did have Fume. You invoked one of your wares,
Traumas.
your trauma. Don't think we had anything else with that today, but all right. So that's PC XP, and then crew stuff.
Execute a successful burglary, espionage, robbery, or sabotage.
We've stolen the heart of Panzea.
I don't know
You-
if this was any of that. Was it
I-
espionage?
I think it was more of sabotage.
Sabotage.
I would
Yeah.
allow for sabotage because not necessarily sabotaging the ship, but you were sabotaging
The Baron.
the Baron's
Yeah.
operations.
Yep. It was either an espionage or a sabotage. One of the
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
It was very macro level sabotage.
We got there.
I mean, that was the intent at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just went from sinking the ship to convincing the ship never to come back.
Exactly. Contend with challenges above your current station. I would say yes.
Yeah.
And a literal Leviathan.
Literal.
And a
one.
literal Leviathan.
Yeah. Put that one there. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
What are we now?
Brutal
Loyal.
and loyal.
Yeah.
Brutal and loyal.
I think it was pretty much within your reputation.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
And goals, drives, inner conflict, essential nature of the crew.
Always.
Then we advanced.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Well, y'all can decide what you want to take for that during our downtime next week if you want.
Sure.
Don't forget that everybody gets stash equal to your tier plus 2.
Right. My stash is completely full.
Sorry.
Oh,
How much
darn.
did we get for?
Tier plus 2, so y'all tier 3.
Yes,
Um,
we
Five.
did 3.
So we got 5 stash.
Can I give someone else mine?
Jiminy Jim Jam.
No.
Dang it.
Y'all are so flush with cash right now that
I
Oh,
literally
okay,
can't get
concession.
richer.
No,
Yeah.
same.
I can give it to me.
Well, I
Give
asked and
yours,
Val said no.
unfortunately.
I will let you if you want to take out from your current stash to give to Fume.
Okay.
And then get this stash?
No.
Oh.
Well, then what's the fucking point?
You can do it in advance.
Fuck off.
Hi, I have something that I need to purchase and I need an advance on my paycheck.
Fume is the
Fume.
only thing that I can get y'all to spend money on.
My star,
I
my,
can't-
my star goes to every time Val failed today.
Fume, take 2 of my coin and put it in your stash. How's that?
There you go.
Him is the little guy that's in your basement and he does things for you, the funny stuff.
He's a literal orb now.
All right. Yeah, let's do stars and wishes.
While
Let's go
you
first.
look at the one quote.
I'm just gonna give a star to
There's
the
one.
whole team. This is incredible teamwork we did today.
Yeah. Good job,
We
everybody.
worked as a team,
Yes.
and I loved it, and it was great.
This was a fun session. What a great concept and excellently executed.
Wild.
It's awesome.
Absolutely.
I'll do great.
Wait to see how Glass is affected from this.
Yeah, that's my wish. Let's see where
It-
this line of thinking takes us.
Yeah.
You want me to build you a mech suit so that you can ingrain yourself inside the technology, kind of like a weird arcane techno zombie?
I'm going,
Okay.
I'm going to cross the black wall.
You're gonna go full like Victor Arcane.
I was thinking alt.
Oh, yeah.
I am the code.
My star goes to Salome and talking to Voight and Panzia. That was pretty good. That's pretty good stuff. My wish unfulfilled from this session. I wish to bring the conflict internal by turning myself into a bomb, but I guess I'll change that to. Man, I want to try and kill the Lord Governor again, but not like officially. Just like show up on a roof sometimes and just shoot him while he's at his writing desk, and then disappear into the night.
Put Steiner
More
on
of
it,
a
no
more of a
problem.
threat than a full assassination.
Yeah, just like just occasionally remind him that we're still around.
Every day for a week, you all kill him at least once. Just to
Just a quick fuck you.
Just a quick headshot. I'm sure
Yeah.
like reconstituting's got to be painful at the very least.
No, it's super
Yeah.
annoying, but he wishes he was dead. Opening the door to the lavatory, gets stabbed by Grackle, and then we disappear into the night.
oh my god.
Incredible.
I'm gonna star Val for excellent sea monster descriptions. Just very evocative word pictures today. I loved it.
Thank you.
And my wish, what do I wish for? I head empty, honestly. I've been awake for too long. I wish for more game. How about that?
More game.
More game.
More game, please.
Well, we can do that.
hmm My star is going to go to Glass for punching the lead technician in the face. It was incredible.
Yes.
That's how a romance starts.
That was really good. I really enjoyed that. There were a lot of really good moments from this session.
Yeah, we were
That's true.
silly.
The
We were silly
lovers?
with it today.
It was crazy. Crazy. And my wish is I also want to allow Fume to be a bomb to take on the Lord Governor's stronghold. I will give this to Fume.
All right. Only if he's good.
Only if you're good.
Only if it's good. You only get to be a
Clean
bomb
your
if you're
room,
good.
eat your vegetables, do your homework.
I'm kind of just assuming that's how this game's gonna end. Is Fume getting the final hit on the Lord Governor by blowing himself up.
Quite possibly. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Well, for quotes today, I feel like I have to give it to
The crawfish boil.
The crawfish.
Yeah.
What, as the quote doc says, whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah, talk about being possessed by the spirit of an auctioneer briefly. Yeah,
So good.
that was impressive. It was an
that was
impressive run.
So good.
Tirade is an apt, like, descriptor.
Yeah, that was a tirade
right?
Yeah.
for
Okay.
It was good. It was a tirade with purpose.
When we went on break, I was like, I want to do a Barbosa round.
It was very good.
It was fully embodying the spirit of your father.
Do
Yeah.
you think the actor
Yes,
who did that,
my
like,
biological father.
Yes.
when filming Pirates, the actor for Barbosa just turns to the director and goes, I want to do a rant.
It seems very Jeffrey Rush. Yes.
Yeah.
He 100% got hired because he could do that.
Well, that's gonna be it, y'all. We're done with the ding dang thing for today.
What a
Um,
good show.
Good show. Pats on the back, all of us. We will be back next week to continue our game though. So I'm very excited to see what we get up to next and what you'll decide to set your sights on. Like I talked about, like, yeah, I'm ready for this to end at any moment. Just, I'll be like, fuck this, we're dealing with the Baron today, and I'll be like, oh shit, okay, here we go.
It's bad
Uh,
time.
That is
Yeah,
usually what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should give Val some forewarning when we decide to finally
No.
pull the
At
trigger.
least let me
No.
know, like, 24 hours notice. I'd like, if you're like, today's the day we kill him.
No.
Hey, can we kill
Okay.
a Baron next week?
We can do whatever the fuck we
As a
want.
treat.
Do whatever you want. But yeah, we're gonna stop there. Join us on Tuesday for our next installment of Crater's Edge. If you want more of this, but oops, all grackles, come join us there. I want to thank my lovely players for making this game a joy to run as always. And I want to thank you all out there for watching. We will see you in a week. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.